I was really disappointed with just the turnout and the people, not the people involved in the show.
Yeah.
Like, they were all my boys, but just kind of everyone around it.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
We are back. Another episode, 163.
Yeah, I said 63 last time, but it wasn't. It was 63.
He's from the future.
My bad.
It's what we thought all along. He knows too much.
Ooh.
DC knows too much. He's from the future.
163. Thank you for rocking with us. I didn't check the numbers this week, but I'm sure we're probably floating around the same, which is great. Yeah, Joey K, what's been happening, my friend?
Nothing
Busy
much,
week for you or
yeah,
no?
Busy week, but good week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I spent the last week, kind of the back end of last week, fixing someone else's fuck up. So like I was at this job at the start, and they got me there first when things were like they were just demolishing the place and they haven't even started building it. And then I went elsewhere, and someone else took over. But then a lot of subbies were on that job. And different subbies from like they come and go subbies. They're skilled labor essentially. You know what I mean? And because so many subbies had went there, when they wire in the place, they didn't actually draw what they wired, because usually like you have to do like a wiring diagram of what I wired up for the day.
Yeah.
So then if there's a fault, they can go, oh well, it's looking like it's around there. But if you just fucking
you
get 5 subbies over the course of 6 months, do a floor each or half a floor each, it kind of gets weird.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of faults, and I had to fix, essentially, in short, spend 3-4 days fixing their fuck ups, not knowing the job, how they've done it. So it was stressful. But then I've gone back to one of my jobs that I had before I went away to Europe. But then while I was away for the 2 weeks, no one went there really. So essentially, I just kept doing that job from start to finish, and everything's smooth now. Like this week was my job. I knew what was happening, and I had 2 guys working with me, and they're a good bunch to work with, like whatever. But yeah, just doing that. So good week for me. We finished Handmaid's Tale, which is some fucking on what was it? Handmaid's Tale. It's on.
I've heard about this.
It's like an Ethiopian thing where women don't have rights, and they come up. And the men take over, whatever. It's like an anti-patriarchy kind of show, and shows the oppression of women, whatever. Very heavy show. Pointless ending. Do you know? Like 6 seasons, and we had to Google there must be another season. That was it. And we're like, I was angry, right? But then we started Mobland with Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy, bro.
What an actor.
He's the best.
What an actor.
Hardy, man.
I'd kiss that guy.
Come on.
I would kiss him.
Have you seen that movie Legend where he plays the twin?
Yes, the twins, bro. That's a good movie, man.
Tori did the funniest thing. She did one of those ones where I go, have you seen this movie? And I like to show, I'll watch something that I've seen that you haven't seen, just to be like if I said, have you seen The Departed? You were like, no. I'd be like, I want to watch it with you, right? This is how I feel with Tori, right?
And they're looking over to see if she's enjoying it.
Yeah. But yeah, so and I was just like, let's watch this. And she's like, I don't know if okay, I'll watch it. Halfway through, she's like, I think, have I? Like she was getting like, have I? And then at the very end scene, she goes, I have seen this. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But yeah, amazing movie. He's always the same. He's basically, Mobland is, without giving any spoilers because it's fairly new, it's just like the gentleman kind of vibes. If you've seen the show, obviously Mobland, but he doesn't change his facial expression once. And every now and then in a scene, he'll be threatening someone, then he'll just go. but
is that like the character or?
Yeah, the character? Yeah. He's just very stoic, you know. And he said this one thing to 2 guys in the bar. He's like, this is me in first gear. You don't want to see me go to 6th, right? And I go to Tori, I'm going to say that. And Tori cracked up way too hard. Do you know how I was fucking around, but it's like, it was funny, but it's like, it's not that funny. Like, come on. Even though it is.
Shut up.
You know, I'd like to think that I have that Tom. You always like to think that that's what you are. That's what I am. Tom Hardy in that movie is what I am in my head.
In your head,
in life. But I think I can fight, but I think I can throw. In my head, when I imagine myself throwing a punch, I imagine that you look like a UFC fighter. Yeah. But I imagine in real life, I'd be like, I could knuckle punch you. Yeah, fucking hell.
Well, fucking DZ, how you been, man? What's been happening?
I'm good, man. I've changed the Instagram, so if you follow us, you might have noticed the Trip Jacket Mafia page is no more. It's a FireCast page now. See how that goes. Good stuff already, doing good. Same with the TikTok. I took the advice of your PM.
Oh, friend Patty.
And you know, it's working out well. So follow.
It was so funny because you were against it straight off the bat. I remember I said it.
I was not against it. It's a
Not
good
against
idea,
it,
but
but
it's just I thought
You
it
didn't
was
think you were
too
ready.
much work.
Yeah,
Couldn't be
it's too much
fucked doing
work.
it.
But do you think it's a case of? I hope it's not a case of like, I don't know, not meant to sprinkle doubt in there, but like, is it something they do at the start? Like, did your original? Your original page was just your personal page. I was going to say,
the only reason I
did you
did
spike
it
at the start and then?
is because we had the Trip Jacket Mafia page already,
Yeah.
which had 100 followers on it, and I thought, this page, we're not really using it for much anyway. I can kind of just change it. And I did. I just changed it so we kept all those followers who would probably follow the Firecast anyway. But you can follow us on TikTok too, Firecast Clips. That's doing pretty good. But the thing about TikTok, man, I'm over all this social media and promotion shit too. I'm kind of taking a more stoic approach to everything. I'm just doing it when I can, not worrying about it, chilling. But then, like, I see TikTok, right? I seen a video of Keir Starmer, and the top comment was, "Fuck off, you specky grey-haired prick." And everyone's commenting, laughing, like, bro, how is that allowed? How are you posting that? Because I post anything I post, any comment I make, I get a notification it's been deleted. It's been I post the most fucking minimal thing and it gets fucking removed. And this guy somehow had thousands of likes and comments. Everyone's like, how's he post this?
It's like some person's controlling it, and then if the guy whoever controlling it thinks it's funny, he's like, I'm gonna leave that. Like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna leave that in there.
Fuck off, you specky grey head
What
prick.
the fuck?
It's very weird. It's very, very, very weird.
I don't get it, man.
But I had a little sticky beak at the Firecast Clips. It's already doing quite well. I messaged this guy the other night. I'm like, dude, it like kind of already semi-worked. It's already getting fucking way more views than some of the videos on his personal. You know what I mean? You just, the second you kind of know you've been boxed into that corner where your shit, if you're posting every single fucking day and it's not going up, then something's wrong.
Yeah.
Because in theory, even if your content's not the best, you should be like this. It's a small trajectory where you might gain a follower here, you might lose two, you're going to gain
because everyone's on it. Everyone's online.
Like this. It should be just nice and slow.
Yeah.
But if you're just like this plateau and something's not working, it's not right. It's not working. Like that's why it shit me, because I see people on TikTok and they're posting garbage. 100,000 fucking comments and likes and shares. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't understand it. Like, it's fucking.
Another thing about posting garbage, you just reminded me. I'm over this Aussie rap scene. I'm over all this bullshit, man. It ties into it, man, because this fucking contest, bro. I entered this contest, right? I entered the same contest last year. It's just, I wasn't even going to do it. And I've told myself many times, I'm done with this Aussie trying to be in this scene. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'll do what I do and that's it. I don't want to be noticed by these. I don't give a fuck about this Aussie culture shit, because they do this contest, right? It's this contest where Nerve and Take Flight team up. Nerve makes a bunch of beats. You send the email. They send you a list of beats. You pick one and you do a 16 on it, right?
Oh, so you're not going there blind.
No, you pick your own beat and you do whatever. And I did it. My entry, I wasn't very happy. I rushed it. It was whatever. I was just taking the piss. I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll have an entry. So I'm not worried that I didn't get picked. I knew I wasn't going to. But the people they do pick and the entries I have seen where, like, for example, Jazz, there's another dude, Flyer Scene. These had great entries. And then the entries they pick, they're like, here's a finalist. It's the same thing last year, I remember. These cunts don't have ears. The judges don't have ears. They got earless judges. What is this shit you're promoting, man? And it's like cunts in, like, they got their phone. It's filmed on a potato. They're wearing their tradie shirt. They're like, oh, in my head demons and who We're like, it's like, bro, it's all the same shit. This Aussie fucking grungy. No one takes that shit seriously, and internationally, they're not gonna take that shit seriously. This scene needs flavor, man. It needs some culture. And the people who have it, the dudes we work with, we all in this same fucking underground bubble. And then you got these dumb contests where it's like, yeah, someone good can finally get a platform. And now they pick the fucking, the most ridiculous finalist. I don't get it. If it's, I get music subjective, right? But is this about bars or not? You're saying it's about bars. Who's got the best bars? Who's bars? I've seen plenty of great bars that are worthy of making the finals. And then you have this fucking mediocre ass shit. You're just wasting everyone's time. Fuck this, bro. I'm not gonna bother next time.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos, you were spitting on that track, bro. I'm telling you, it was like, it was one of those things where I was saying off air. I feel like I watch a lot of reaction videos, rap videos, and I feel like if nothing, just for more like eyes, just to be like, oh, because I actually comment in the comment section, react to this, or 1-4, react to this song, and they sometimes they do it, right? Imagine putting just Jeff Bezos. When I was listening to Jeff Bezos, when you're picking up bars on your headphones on a run or something, right? There's no one there to be like, is someone hearing this? You know what I mean? I think because you got like substance in your rap. Do you know how some people can, like, not to say like, I'm not comparing you to Logic to you, but Logic out of all the rappers, he's more like, he can be deep, but he's more filling like Winnie or rap. Like he's more like sounds like good, but the substance you can have I'm not saying he's got no substance, but the density of his lines, they're not hitting. But your bars, bro, remind me of just like, I'm just like, I can't react to anyone.
You like that what did I say? Got me feeling like Bezos. She built like from the Amazon. Still keep me surprised the way she handled a python. I never will be a pirate. You never will see that I lost.
Bro. It's one of those like, and look, and all the while you got on your what's it called when you have the moving thing on your song?
Oh, the canvas.
The canvas is literally just Bezos. Like,
yeah, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's a party song. It's a fun song, but still.
But even the party songs though, you're filling up the bars anyway. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with everything this guy said. It's the problem with Australia, and it's a problem we've had for many years, and I feel like it's a problem we're going to have for a long time, is we're already a nation where no one gives a fuck about music. No one takes our music serious. And then you got peanuts like these fucking morons who do these stupid contests who then make it even more subjective by picking these silly little fucking awkward fucking bars about people talking about their fucking Centrelink problems and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're already boxed in as it is as a nation, and then we box ourselves in even more. So,
do you think 1-4 is one of the? I'm not saying they're the best rap. They're the best. Would you say they're the best out of? As in just from fame, obviously lyrically they've gotten way better, but your bars are even like more intricate, right? But the demographic they're going towards in that drill scene, but now kind of coming out of drill, they're getting a bit more mainstream. If you love songs and stuff, with Kid Laroi, do you think they repping out of everyone? And is that who you're is that who goes into these take flight things?
What do you go ahead? What do you think?
No. So 1-4, if they're fucking smart, which it looks like they're kind of doing. They start off, you do your grungy bullshit, you get fucking that little bubble of fucking followers, and then you leave.
Yeah.
People who get famous doing music in Australia don't fucking stay here.
Yeah.
Why? Why is that? Because there's no fucking market or career for it here. Okay? So 1-4, even though I don't like their music, I do see them then branching over to America. Yeah. And then they'll be doing that shit, just like Kid Laroi, just like Dom Dollar, just like Fisher, just like Phase One. It's all, you know what I'm saying? It's the same trend. You can kind of get it to a certain point, but then it's not going to go any further in Australia. It will not go any further for you, right? You need to get out of here, right? Yeah. And all the big Aussie artists, Flume, fucking, he done the exact same fucking thing. He got massive, invented Future Bass, and then he got the fuck out of here real fucking quick. Straight to America, boom, boom, boom. Phase One, same thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there's obviously a trend happening, right? Once you get a little bit of juice here, you need to take that momentum and fucking go for it, but not here. Yeah. And that's the problem, is that we get into this weird thing where some of us get good, but now it's like I said last episode, we're fucking flogging a dead horse, right? And the reason why I 100% agree with this guy, what he said, is because same thing, right? So I'm getting back into DJing, yada, yada, yada. So then there was some fucking guy, I'm not going to name him. He uploads a fucking, this is before I obviously deactivated my Instagram. He fucking makes a post, oh, hey guys, looking for DJs and artists to send me some music. I want to sign it, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, oh, whatever, cool. So I sent him an email, right? Again, I'm probably one of the only producers that would have sent him something to the caliber of my music that I've made, right? And that's, I don't give a fuck how cocky that sounds. I know it's true.
You'd be OCD as with it.
I'd be like the best shit this guy's heard out of this country probably, or Sydney at least. And he replies, right? This is what this guy replies, right? He goes, man, this is fucking amazing. These songs are crazy, bro, but they don't suit our collective sound. And I just went, oh my gosh. I was like,
there's a collective sound.
I was like, bro.
He speaks on behalf of everyone as well.
I was like, all right, whatever. And then it made me think. I was like, so we DJ, and then what happens is in Sydney, everyone makes these little cliques and little crews, right? They go, oh yeah, this is our collective. This is fucking this, that. Fucking Trip Jacket Mafia, right? But then they go, this collective only plays this subgenre of fucking dubstep and drum and bass. So if you want to DJ for them, you can't unless you do that subgenre.
Yeah.
Okay, you fucking peanut. Go over here. Nah, man, it's cool, bro, but it doesn't really suit us. Like, you guys don't have a sound because none of you are producing. You're DJing other people's shit and then calling it your sound.
Yeah.
You know what I'm fucking saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, again, no one likes dubstep in this fucking state or country. No one likes EDM. No one likes drum and bass. We're already a small, tight-knit community. And then these fucking idiots make it even more smaller by turning it into these little crews and separate cliques. And they have the same 10 DJs playing. And they have the same 10 DJs. It's like, what the fuck? You all claim you love the basshead community. We're all for the community. But then you turn it into mini communities and don't network.
Yeah.
And then that's why it just fizzles out. And it's the same with this rap bullshit.
I was about to say, I think
It's the exact fucking same.
I think the problem with it's a similar problem with Aussie hip hop.
You just broke that down really well, actually. But anyway, keep going.
With Aussie hip hop, it's the same thing where it's like they're boxing themselves in, but it's instead of little clicks, there's one click.
Yeah.
And it's being a hard cunt.
Yes.
In Aussie rap, all those guys you said, 1-4, good music, good rappers, right? Nerve, good music, good rapper. Chillin' It, good music. Wombat, all the top guys, they make good music, they're decent at what they do. What's the common theme? They all have to be tough.
Yeah.
It's all tough guy shit.
Yeah.
It's all because the only people in this country who like Aussie rap, you have to be some type of cunt that, you know, you have to be some type of hard cunt. It's not cool to fucking. You have to be fucking doing shit. It's stupid.
That you are true. That is probably the majority. But like me personally, I enjoy all Aussie rap. 1-4 is just one of my faves out of that. You know what I mean? Not just being a hard cunt, but like I feel like even Songer, right? You heard
Yeah, I know
Songer?
Songer, yeah.
I love Songer, bro, and he has bars that like they have depth as well, and he's not a hard cunt. If anything, he's like, you know,
Is he English? He's
yeah,
English
he is.
dude,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. His take flight was fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah.
He's like, if the game is hunger, I'm Katniss Everdeen. Hustle so hard, my money stays evergreen. Like it just, but it's not more like it's not his persona isn't like. For example, you came on the scene just because you don't have that demeanor. It personally wouldn't make me want to listen to you less. But I understand what you're saying. Most people, you feel like you need to, and that's with any rap really. A lot of rap, you can talk your shit, but like when you're Aussie, you just feel like it is they do box you in, like you said.
The problem is these cunts take themselves too seriously. Like I rap what you say in your songs, and because it's art, right? It's subjective. It's different, right? You can rap about whatever you want. It's your personality and persona and the culture, right? So I rap like a hard cunt in my songs too, saying fucking I'll spray you, kill you, whatever. It's subjective, but then I come on the podcast and we're doing stupid shit. I'm wearing a chef hat and fucking we're eating Chinese snacks. Like it's that I don't take myself that seriously. But these Aussie, you'll never see fucking these top rap guys go and doing that because it's embarrassing or it's whatever because they have to be cool. You get what I'm saying? And then it isolates the average music listener in Australia. The average guy who goes to uni, whatever, has a family. You know, they don't want to hear fucking tough shit. They just want to listen to music. They probably like fucking Billie Eilish and they like fucking, you know what I mean? So Australia, we've kind of isolated ourselves even more.
Exactly. And then that's why it's the same thing and very similar to that. So when I think of the DJ bass scene, right? Like I said, it's already so small and like, bro, we're doing events and we're only cracking like a couple hundred people, max, right? Unless it's like a festival, like Touch Bass, and then you get all the normie 18-year-olds that come out and pack the numbers, right? But for actual bass scenes, because we're so small, I feel sorry. I don't give a fuck because I don't like whatever. You're fucking collective. You're DJing other people's fucking sounds. I don't give two shits, right? I'm just fucking trying to promote my own shit and maybe do a set for you or whatever the case may be. I feel sorry for the newer people who come into it and go, fuck, I want to get into DJing, yada, yada, yada. You're fucking, you've just turned 21. You're practicing DJ. You come onto the scene and then you try to get a set for this fucking peanuts fucking shit. And then he goes, nah, but you have to DJ this subgenre. It's like, okay, well, fuck. You go to the next fucking crew. They're only doing fucking house music or some shit. You know what I mean? It's like drop the bullshit, right? Drop the whole crew clique mentality and just let any. If it was me, I'd be like, yeah, fucking no. If you want to do a fucking trance set, come do it. But you want to fucking you want to do fucking stand up comedy? I don't give a fuck, bro. Just everyone get as many people here as we can and get this shit pumping. But no, it's never like that. It's just everyone's got these little cliques and it's so fucking cringe, bro. It's so cringe. And this is the exact same issue we had pre-COVID when we were DJing regularly.
Yeah.
I haven't been back in the scene post-COVID for long, and I'm already seeing the same similarities. And there's some people who have their heads so far up their own asses because you can hit play and pause on a DJ deck. Oh, like, well done, man. You're so cool, my brother. We'll fucking talk again in a couple of years when you're over it and you're still fucking doing a carpentry job. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. There's so funny because it's one of the few things where, like, it's like anything, right? You play guitar, you're playing hot cross buns when you learn guitar, but then you got Metallica over here. Yeah. It's kind of like anything, right? The I feel like the entry level for a DJ is like, you know, I said to my mate, he's like, do you reckon you could teach me how to mix? And I'm like, bro, I do the cheat code of mixing. I'm like, I filter down. There's ways of doing it, right? Yeah. Like you, Tyson, like No Sight, bro. No Sight's one of those DJs as well. He's a DJ. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. But the thing is, there's also like Fred again. I don't know if Tyson creates his own music, but like Fred again, artists like that, they become big because they have their own sound. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like with your sound, I know it's a friendly fire song. Yeah. Before I've even you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you know, in the first 8 bars.
And that's the same with you rapping. So it's one of those things where I feel like as long as you don't try, like you said to start all this, you were saying like, you don't care about the scene, this and that. I feel like anything, just keep doing you and keep releasing and keep that like wholehearted thing with what you do, everything you do. And I feel like naturally that's when it comes. I feel like when you try and force anything, you know what I mean? Yeah. If I lost something and I try to look for it, I won't find it. The next minute I'm like, you know, it just pops up.
Well, because I
love that that's how my comparability to yours thing.
What will eventually happen is, right, so these peanuts will keep doing all this bullshit they're doing here, but then people like us who, if we stick to it, we eventually do this. And you go the other way and start branching into the Americas and fucking Asia, doing sets in Japan.
So you know you're doing well when you're flying overseas.
Yes, that's the whole point. And then you watch the second that starts happening, then all these idiots fucking start hitting me back up. Oh, hey, bro, yeah, man, want to come do a fucking set here? I'm going to go, nah, sorry, bro, my sound doesn't suit your collective, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And that's what annoys me. It's like, bro, like, you... Oh, bro. Yeah. And I know
it's the same guy you said that to, so he's like, sees you take flight.
It's just about image, man. These people, they take themselves too seriously, man. Yeah. Everyone thinks they're fucking Johnny Mangoes. Everyone's got fucking bald head, steroids, tattoos and shit, fucking nose piercing. Everyone's trying to be fucking cool all the time. And we take yourself so seriously, and you just... I don't know. It's a law of least effort, man. You try too hard, it's just going to run further away from you.
Yeah. And I know it just sounds like I'm fucking complaining in that, but that was one of the main reasons I wanted to have a break from socials.
I was going to say, so that's how Iggy's been, everyone.
No, but aside from that, I've been fucking amazing. Way better compared to last week, man. The whole no Instagram.
That was way better.
Yeah. The whole no Instagram thing's been fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, are you still going? Are you still going?
Yeah, I'm still going strong, Bullshit. Man. I'm going strong.
So look at me right now. You did not open the app again. You had to save your password.
No, I tried to tag him or something. He was gone. I was like, he actually did it.
Yeah, man, I'm going strong. I would have been very disappointed if by now I made some piss poor excuse like, I've got to quickly check this or ask this guy something, which I thought I was going to do because, like I said, I've got a couple of collabs for my album. So I thought for a couple days in, I was kind of like, I kind of want to see like what this guy's up to. And I was like, I don't give a fuck, I'm not going to release this shit without tagging anybody. I'm like, you know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah, mad. And I'm going strong. I am going to reactivate it though, because there's a couple of photos I want to upload for the album. And like I said, I do need to start hitting these people up for their end of the bargain when it comes to our collabs. Because like I'm now at the back end of this album. I've got like 2 free songs to go. Yeah. And 2 of those I'm waiting for collabs.
I love how you're like, before you're like, oh yeah, nah, I'd hate for some excuse. And you're like, but I gotta also live. You know what I mean? I feel like if you, it sucks, but it's also good. Like that social media on that platform, that is an enabler nowadays. Yeah. So I understand why you're doing that break, and it's probably healthy. It's obviously healthy for you. Oh yeah. And I feel like you're trying to learn maybe how to use it better, because I know you would be more you would be like productive and taking the piss online. I could guarantee. Yeah. I'm more if I'm online taking the piss. I'm not really, but I feel like you use it to your advantage. So if that is a thing you use, then why not? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It'd be, but it is good to have a break, I guess.
100%. And like I said, I'm going strong, but I will be back because like I said, I went to another dubstep event last week with Mr. Meagley. And
what was it?
With No Sight. It was one of the Shook Crew events.
Hey, No Sight's playing on the 19th of July. I want to go to that day.
I saw, And again, as always, shout out to Shook Crew. They do it right.
Yeah.
My rants aren't directed at them, right? They do it great. I'm loyal to
This
them.
is directly to you.
Yeah,
So
they do it great. They had multiple levels, multiple genres, man. Fucking drum and bass, fucking glitch
Yeah.
hop over here, melodic dubstep. It was a cracker night. So that's why I was just thinking, like, why don't people have that mentality?
Yeah.
But instead, you just box yourself in and well, whatever. Anyway, but
we do have some questions. We got some decent ones.
read the questions out, and then I've got a surprise for us.
You gonna show me your cock?
Yes.
This person says, "How will I make time for self-care and balance?" So a bit of advice.
So how will you make time for self-care and balance?
You need to listen, man. Right? If you want it bad enough, you're gonna fucking do it. Right? You got to come home from work, and as tired as you are, you don't want to do shit. You just want to fucking come home. You want to fucking jerk your penis to fucking whatever the fuck it is you're into. You're gonna fucking watch Netflix. You come home and you sit down and you go, I'm not doing shit for the next hour, and I'm gonna fucking meditate, go for a walk, put your feet on the grass, whatever.
Or
and
jerk off, or actually jerk off. Like literally,
you need
self-care.
to do it. Like you need
Yeah.
to just fucking grab it and fucking do it. You know
I
what
mean,
I'm saying?
if you're not willing to do something that like ultimately helps you, right, then how
Can't be
are you
helped.
going to do things that like are hard? I mean, like it's hard to find time, but it's not grinding. Self-care is usually the opposite. But I get that especially living in Sydney, it is hustle and bustle, and even if you don't want to be a part of it, you're kind of forced to just be swept up in it just to survive almost. But you need, just prioritizing that time is like essential, I think.
Yeah,
you know
put
what I mean?
yourself first sometimes,
Yeah.
man. Don't fucking ever forget that.
And take that fucking sickie off work, man. If you're feeling real run down,
Yeah.
fuck 'em, man. Do it, bro.
But also depends as well. If you're one of those people that don't do shit already, and then you're like, and you're like, I can imagine. I don't know. I'm not saying this is you, but I'm saying people do that, and you oftentimes when you're being like, I'm not one of those ones like I have to get up and grind, but like you need to. It's good to have some work ethic or something
Fire
you're
up your
chasing
ass,
or some fire. But if you don't have that and you're wanting this self-care day, I don't know.
Do you need it?
I don't think you deserve it. I think all those other self-care days built up and then go out and get it. But even when you are going out and getting it, whatever in whatever form of or whatever part of life, I think definitely at least would you say like it's different for everyone. It's hard to blanket statement, but in my mind, my brain goes at least 70-30. Do you know what I mean? At least in my brain. That might be wrong. That's subjective. But I go, doing something, getting some financial security behind you or doing whatever, chasing your dreams. And then you have to have like that 30% of just kickback.
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
Rub and tug, whatever you're into. You know what I mean?
Well, on a similar note, this one says, "What is the small things you are grateful for?"
Breath. Being alive.
Yeah, being alive is
I
a
love
good
it.
one, man.
Yeah.
Whether you're in a simulation,
Definitely
whether
being
you
alive.
believe in religion, whether you
Definitely being
believe being alive is hectic.
Yeah.
I think the stars, bro. You go outside, you look at the stars. It's crazy. Especially you go somewhere real dark. We went to fucking Portland. You know what Portland is? It's past fucking Lithgow and shit. Right? And you go out there, it's like stepping back into the 1920s. Like the town, the main town, it looks like there's a saloon, there's an old ass fucking movie theater that's been there since like the 1920s. It's fucking crazy. But then at night, there's no light pollution.
Yeah, so you can see everything.
Look at the
I missed
stars.
that.
It's
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine how different everyone would be on Earth if at night we saw the sky, how it truly is. Like if you could see that full Milky Way every night. I feel like
It would be. A lot of people take advantage, and a lot of people take advantage and purge during those dark hours. imagine as well. I'm trying to turn this like mad, like extraordinary night sky into someone just going like
You get stabbed.
no street lights. But even here, like around this area, I don't notice stars that much, or do I not look in the sky that much?
They're hard around here.
Light pollution, yeah.
Isn't it funny? And I don't think
bad.
at night. A few street lights, I'm like, oh, there's not, but obviously light pollution in general from the city,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
This one says, "What do you think success means, and how do you define it in your own life?"
Being rich. That's the most shallow answer I'm going to give you. That's my version of success. I want to be rich,
All right,
man.
Yeah.
let's say
I wanna be rich.
Say you're rich.
Yeah.
Say you got your money.
Yeah.
Now what?
Healthy, building generational wealth, setting up your family, setting up your friends, teaching then your little freaking spawn and not to be these little awkward fucking autistic fucking. You teach them how to continue it
and
on.
then what?
And then I just fucking do fun shit, man. Go hunting, golfing, fucking swimming, doing sports, traveling. Traveling would be my biggest one.
Why would you do those things?
Because that's what I want to do.
Why though?
Because it's fun.
Why? Yeah, but how does that make you feel?
Amazing.
Why does it make you feel amazing though?
Because it's actual, real, natural dopamine rather than fucking going out, drinking, partying, watching Netflix, fucking
Are the
working
dollar
all
bills
day.
dopamine, or are they
Yeah.
manufactured money that does bills? Does money create happiness?
Listen,
The
You,
point-
you have
me,
that
man.
grinder. You have that fucking. It's like Conor McGregor with before he before he makes it, and he's like, "I'm gonna be the fucking."
Yeah. Listen to me, right? You guys aren't gonna get me with this fucking stoic bullshit. Oh yeah, man, the money doesn't mean the money is gonna give me all the happiness I want, and I will die by this fucking statement.
Are like,
you
we're
two,
both trying to.
you are not going to get me to
good
sit
cop,
and go,
bad
nah,
cop.
But
it's not the
listen,
money. I love this
the
shit.
Point
Yeah, fair,
the point
fair.
I'm trying to get to is those feelings that stuff gives you, you can get now. It's about how you feel. It's like, all right, so you want something, right? What you? It's like a hunger, right? You want money. It's a hunger. You feel
flame.
that hunger.
It's a
And then
flame.
once you eat,
Katniss Everdeen, Hunger Games, baby.
and once you eat, what happens? You feel the absence of hunger. That's the relief. So when you're chasing
shits.
all this monetary shit, you're not chasing that. You're not chasing the want. You're chasing the absence of wanting. You don't want to want anymore. Once you have
You
it,
don't want to
you
want,
don't feel that. Do you get what I'm saying though?
I get what you're saying.
I get it. I get it. I
You
get
make
it.
sense.
So-
You make sense. But the thing is, I think. But I know what you're saying though. Like that, you're spot on. But some people would say, in order to have more of those, more time in life to appreciate the more depth side of life, right? That would require money. Not always. You can go to Bali and find someone that's fucking
Yeah.
driving it over. It's perspective, right? I understand that. But I understand as well, I'm not that way inclined as much. But I think I think about money a
to
lot
me-
more than I should.
Money to me equals freedom. And then, yes, there's the argument of, but once then you have the freedom, the feeling goes away. And I get it, right? Every poor person in the world is going to tell you that. Okay, I get it. Then, obviously, there is stories of people who do have the money, like Dan Bilzerian, for example. He's a great example where he said, yes, it got
He's
to
a shit example of a person, I think.
Oh
but
yeah, of
he's-
course. But I'm saying, like, there was a podcast that was really interesting. Like he said, he goes, bro, of course, it gets to the point. But when you're doing crazy shit like what he was doing, that fake dopamine, drugs, sex, drinking, I'm not going to be doing that shit. I just want to travel,
No sex?
set up my family, obviously have sex with my beautiful
Of
wife.
course.
Like, you know what I mean? But like,
you're saying in general.
yeah,
Okay,
no,
sorry.
Bro, he was
just
fucking having hookers and shit. Like he literally said on this podcast, he goes, bro, he got to the point like 6-7 years in, he goes, the amount of money I had and the amount of pussy I was getting, he goes, I
yeah,
wasn't
'cause
even feeling
yeah,
like
sorry.
nothing.
Yeah.
That's the extreme, obviously. I'm never gonna. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I want to travel. I want to see other cultures. I
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
see. That's the fulfillment that I want in my life. And my wife will tell you the same thing.
Yeah.
But I can't do that right now with no fucking money. You know what I'm saying?
It's just money. You have to think of it as an exchange of energy. I just want to get to the point where I don't have to work. I just want time, man.
Yes.
That's it. I don't want to
Yes,
just.
yes.
I could, if I could get paid $1,000 a week doing what we're doing and making music, I would be the happiest man on earth. That's it. I just want to live comfortably doing what I love without having to set an alarm to wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
That's it.
And even a lot would argue, if you find something you actually genuinely love, it's like, let's just say you go to you're one of those guys that go to the mines for 3 months at a time, work 12-hour days and this and that, and his life is, he's always got dirt under his fingernails, this and that.
That's
and he can earn, even if he earns 100K more than you or this and that over life or has certain things, it's like, you're always working towards a goal. But if me and Tori were talking, as Tori was telling me this the other day, it's like, you're always working towards something, which is fair, but you need to kind of try to enjoy the now and where you're at now, rather than just making that your sole focus. And that as well, just like we were talking about moving to Avalon Beach. We weren't like, seriously considering it, but just being like, or maybe we were, but like we're just talking about, we could just move next to the beach more, and it's this and that. Yeah. But you have your own will. You forget you have your own free will.
It's crazy how easy.
See what I'm saying?
How easy that is. Like my mates, like Piers, Holloway. Yeah. They're just renting. Pierce isn't, but Holloway's just renting normally. They just decided, let's just rent up there. They just went to the coast and now they live near the beach. They're 2 minutes away from the beach. So they're living the same life here.
But they're enjoying it.
It's hard for people to do that. It's like for some reason we're stuck in this like.
It's change though, right? Change is like I kind of Tori is more even keen on that, and I am keen. But a bit of me goes my asshole puckers, and because I'm like my family is here, my friends are here. But then Tori's like, eventually your friends are gonna have to move as well, and if they don't move close, they're moving far. Like it's not really an excuse. And I'm like, but I'm very like, I don't know. Me and my family always every week just even though sometimes I'll bail because I'm like, oh, the UFC's on. But like most of the time I'm there every week.
It's harder for when you're more social like us, whereas Tori's not that social. So for her, it's probably a lot easier to go, bro, fuck it, let's get out of here. But when you are more social, that is always,
I think that's what it is.
Very difficult. I would even find it difficult.
Yeah.
Even if I personally,
I'll finish at the beach, but
like I said, I personally wouldn't move. But I want the money there to be able to not look at my account and go, Chloe, let's fucking go to Thailand, book it right now, let's go. You pick how long we go for, leave the dogs at my in-laws, boom.
Yeah.
Come back, hang out again, see family, hang out with friends, boom, boom, boom. Fuck it, let's go to fucking Dubai. Like, that's what I want. I'm craving that.
Yes.
That being
Freedom.
able to go wherever I want, work from a phone essentially or a laptop. And there's some people living that life that I follow. And I know not everything on social media is fucking, it's all bullshit to some degree. They're trying to sell you something. But there's some dudes that I've now kind of like not met. I haven't met them, but there's some dudes that I'm now following that they're doing it not to that bullshit, extravagant, unrealistic approach where they're at strip clubs and they're driving fancy cars and shit. No, like this dude that I've been, following, he's just a normal, regular dude. He's like 25 years old. He makes a shit ton of money and him and his girl, they just travel. Every night they're eating out, steak dinners, boom, on a cruise, come back, goes on Discord, sends some few messages.
What's he do?
He trades. He's a full-time trader and he's like 24 or 25 years old. And I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, if that fucker can do it, I know I can fucking do it. And I know I can do it. Just like I taught myself how to make music. So that's the direction that I said, fuck this music shit. Eventually I want that life.
Yeah.
And my fiance will tell you the same thing. It's like, I just want to be able to fucking go wherever I want and not have to work for 3 years, sacrifice 3 years of my life saving, hardly seeing friends, hardly eating out and shit, just to be able to go to fucking Bali for fucking 4 weeks and then come back and do it all again. That to me is even more rat race than what fucking normies do. It's like you're constantly like pushing yourself for that dopamine, and traveling is that's real dopamine, right? We know that. That's real emotions, real memories, but it's like that bump of cocaine. It's boom, and then you're back to reality. It's like, okay, cool, now what? Do we get a house or do we go again for another holiday?
See,
and then next thing you know, you're 45 years old, you're going, fuck.
That's the problem with chasing stuff that makes you happy or makes you feel good too, because what comes up must come down, man. The higher it takes you, the lower it's going to drop you, So if you're constantly chasing stuff that's just going to make you feel good and make you happy in the moment, it's not going to last forever. You have to be at peace. If you can find a lifestyle that brings you to peace and you're comfortable, and for me, that's just not having to work. I'm at peace now, like it's all right, but it's like it's good to still have goals and to strive for something, but I don't need, material shit and a lot of money. It'd be nice, but it's like, it's not, I don't know.
That's always the biggest challenge is once you do, that's the thing, no one talks about this, is once you do eventually get that goal, right? Say for you, it's you don't want to work anymore. For you, whatever, you just want to move to wherever, maybe also not have to work. For me, I want to obviously be full-time trading, etc. It's when you get there, it's how do you sustain that for essentially now the rest of your life in a peaceful, content way where it then doesn't get to that point. Because like I said, like it's all fun and games. Trust me, when you fucking... Like when I first started my current job, it was a very work from home basis. And trust me, the first month I was like, this is fucking unreal. But then just like everything else, it gets to that point where you're sitting there like 4 months in and you're going bananas. You're like, holy shit, like fucking let's get back out here. This is crazy. You'll go through that thing. You'll go through it. I'll go through it. Where you got to, that's what no one talks about. It's the chase is hectic, but then it's when you get it. Like you said, what's next? How do you sustain that without losing yourself? You don't want to become like Dan Bilzerian and Conor McGregor, where you fucking go bananas with the drinking and the fucking girls and the fucking drugs and the partying. And you want to get to that place and then go, okay, Mad, what's the game plan here?
Yeah.
Put some money here, boom, boom, investments. All right, fucking, you know what I'm saying? Take care of family. You got to kind of have that.
Yeah.
On a similar note, the last question: do you believe in fate?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I do too. Yeah,
100% I believe in fate.
yeah, I believe in fate.
We are destined for whatever happens up to us. We are destined, but you also control that destiny.
So deep, this question, man. My brain just went literally Inception because I contradicted my own choice in my head. I was like, I don't know. I'm thinking fate, is that being like your life is predetermined? That's your fate. Like you know, in the Vikings, how it has the what is it, the seer?
Yeah.
And he's like some fucked up looking like you know, poorly constructed vagina on his face. He's just like the seer.
I don't think it's your life is predetermined so much as you can alter that, but your decisions and your
Is
actions.
fate outcome? Is that what it is?
Kind of, I guess. Yeah, your actions and how you
You seal your fate.
navigate this life will take you to a certain destination.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that's physics as well. If I buy meth down the road right now and just sit in the gutter and just shoot up, I'll die. You can go to any liquor store. You can go to the bottle-o right now and kill yourself. Just get a whole. I'm not saying to do this, but it's crazy. You can literally. Do you ever think I would never do this, but do you ever like drive past people come the other way and you're not in like a depressed mood, you're not in anger, you're like, I could. I'm not going to, but I could just be like, you know what I mean? Definitely fate. Yes.
I think about that with cunts crossing the road and shit. And I'm like, I can just run this cunt over.
Yeah. This kid's small. It'll be a little speed bump.
Was that
Hello.
Megalodon?
It's cracking, bro.
How are you?
Hey, my friend, how are you, man? What's
Let's
going on?
go.
It's the FireCast. It's Fun the God, DZ, and Friendly Fire. What's going on, man?
What? I'm on the air? Holy shit.
You've won 500,000 peso.
Yay. Wait. That's about $36 US.
Ah, man, it's good to hear your voice, man. I just wanted
Good to see you.
I thought it'd be fucking fun just to, get a little update from you, man, because I took one out of your book, even though me and you've been texting. I took one out of your book, man. I deleted Instagram, and it's been good. It's been fun. I'm a week strong so far, and you've been a lot longer than me. How are you coping at the moment without it? And especially, how does that incorporating with your music?
He's got a noose right now. He's about to end it. He's just like...
I am on the tip of a chair, I'll tell you that much. Nah, man, it's been fantastic. I got off at the end of March, and I haven't looked back, man. I've been relaxed ever since. It's taken a lot of stress off my plate, that's for sure.
Are you going to come back at some point?
Well, I probably am. But at the moment, I'm just enjoying not being on it, because I don't have the world shit in my face all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I like people, I like my fans, I like my friends, but I don't give a fuck about what's going on in their everyday life, man, to be fair. And I don't expect anyone to give a fuck about what's going on in my life, So posting all the time, trying to get people's attention, it's so draining on my psyche.
Yeah.
And, having all their shit in my brain too, it's like, it's just taking up useless space.
Yeah, 100%. Well, how about the music then? Have you slowed down in music? Was that always going to happen as well, or do you feel like the no socials? It's kind of like, well, if I've got no like socials, I don't really have to really post anything to try and get streams or something. Or are you still kind of cranking hard in the studio?
Well, it actually went hand in hand with each other. I was kind of at a standstill in my music. Not able to write anything. I was just stuck, and shows were just going downhill. And everything kind of was hand in hand. Yeah. So I thought, I'm just going to take a break from everything, get my mojo back, and hopefully be able to write. And I haven't done anything music-wise in the last few months.
That's actually pretty like brave in a way to do it, because you could, like, some people would think, like, even though you're coming back, some people would think, oh no, like stopping now, no, like, you shouldn't do that. But it's like, in the grand scheme of things, it's like if your car was like not working right, or if you felt like you're at a roadblock, like, because I've heard you rap, man, and like you got the skill to do this for the rest of your life. So I feel like it's more of a, if you're one of those guys that just like skated under the radar and like didn't have any depth about you or skill, it's like, yeah, fair enough. But it's like, I feel like you have that in you to have this break, and then if you do come back, then we'll all be better for it. And it's just like, and you would be more clearer for like in your head, you know what I mean? But even if you didn't, hypothetically, right, I'm sure the ability that you were able to rap at would like it would transgress with whatever you decided to do, like, you know what I mean, in any other path. But what I'm saying is you need to come back because I miss hearing you rap. So
Well, thank you very much for saying so, Joey. I appreciate that. I'm going to touch myself later to the thought of that.
yeah, of course.
But,
Yeah. I'm going to talk like Morgan Freeman. I'm going to do it again, but I'm going to talk like Morgan Freeman.
Yeah. Let me just say too, it's fantastic to be able to actually talk to you live because you're never there when I'm actually trying to talk to you.
No, this is a soundboard.
Somehow
bro.
always disappear.
I'm teasing you. I'm going to come at you like, you know, in Star Wars, the 3D fucking, what's it called?
Yeah, that little
the
holo-
projection.
Yeah.
I'm going to come as a hologram next time.
Yeah, exactly.
What was your last release? When did you last drop something?
Was it Bonfire?
I don't remember which one it was. I don't think it was Bonfire.
Or was it the one with us?
It was definitely that one. It was the
Universe.
feature one that I did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
Universe.
Universe, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, actually, I don't think I was online when Universe dropped, was I?
I don't think you were.
No, you weren't.
Yeah.
No.
You weren't.
Oh, I don't remember if I shared it.
No,
If
no,
I
no,
shared
I
it,
think
I
you were
was
gone.
still online. But
I'm
yeah,
pretty sure you were gone.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah, man.
I can't remember, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's been a while, but I will be getting back into it. I've got the fire starting back up, but you know, I've accomplished quite a lot just for myself. You know, I feel like I've done some cool shit. I've met some cool people. I've got friends all across Australia and the globe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and it's been a great ride, but I'm not feeling like I'm missing out right now. When I come back, I want to come back because it's fun, not because I'm trying to achieve anything else or, you know, make it bigger. I'm just in it for the fun now. So
Yeah, fuck yeah. That's
Nice,
the best way to
bro.
be, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. Because it's like Fun the God was saying. It's like almost because I'm also a big believer of like don't let the momentum die, and I feel like you had so much momentum at that moment, but I feel like you also got to put yourself first and kind of recognize and go, okay, shit, I'm fucking really over this shit. I need to have a break. Do you feel like maybe the so much shows maybe took out a bit of juice from you, man? Because I swear to God, bro, you were like a gypsy at one point, bro, always performing on the road, man.
yeah, man. The momentum was on a nice downward slope, really fast, picking up speed.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck I'm saying right now. I'm just cold. Sorry. The momentum was going well, but I think the scene around Brisbane started to sour a lot, man. And when I got Verse and Breezy up to do the show, to headline my show, I was really disappointed with just the turnout and the people, not the people involved in the show.
Yeah.
Like they were all my boys, but just kind of everyone around it. It was just, I don't know, man. Brizzy's getting really gross with people at the moment, and a lot of other rappers are just shit. Like, you know how it is.
Yeah, it's how
You
it
got
is
the
in
same
Sydney.
down in Sydney. But
It's been like that for years.
yeah, bro. It started to
literally
turn
saying
me
that
off,
before.
you know?
Yeah, we're literally just having this exact same conversation, and why we
Have you been like? Do you have a secret camera set up in here, bro? We were literally talking about this, eh?
yeah, we're literally
Only in your bathroom, Joey.
In the toilet bowl facing up. You know?
I did see you piss yourself, by the way. I had a camera on your
You have to bring that
button
up.
in Europe.
You
Yeah.
have to bring up. I'm going home.
that is so interesting you say that, because we're literally having this exact same conversation and why Australia is so difficult, because we're such a small nation where no one gives a fuck about music as it is, and then people make it even harder for us by turning it into these weird little groups and cliques and mini crews, and people just act weird, and then people only put this guy on, but people only want to hear this subgenre of music. And we're literally just saying that, so it's fucking interesting that you bring that up.
Exactly.
So the crowd,
It's way too saturated, man.
yeah. So flogging a dead horse. That was the term I took from you, exactly.
That's it, man. That's it. You know, but like when I went up to North Queensland, they don't get a lot of live music up there because how far away they are. and everybody turned out. I mean, that was with Century and Pez, name dropping a little bit there, but people came out to see them for sure, but half the crowd didn't even know who they were. Like, I was talking to a lot of people before and after, and they're like, yeah, we don't know who they are. We just saw that it was on and we thought, hey, let's go see some live music.
Yes.
And, people turned out for it. But whereas, Brizzy, Sydney, and I'm pretty sure Adelaide's getting the same.
Yeah.
And Melbourne as well. But it's so overdone.
Yeah.
I think people are just getting bored of it.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
That's such an interesting take, man. We'll literally
It's
just
technology, man. Soon they'll have fake AI concerts, and you can see the Meg. You can see the Meg in your living room just after you finish beating off over fucking Pornhub or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's a shame because
that's my favorite channel.
Yeah, I feel like that would be hard. Because would you say oversaturated in a bad way in terms of like the quality of rappers around that area aren't great, or?
Yeah, bro. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay. So, like,
these days, anyone can rap.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean they should.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure DZ said this before on the podcast. Like, just because you can rap, just because you have the ability to go and make music, doesn't mean you fucking should.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
It's the same with podcasts, and yet here we are.
Exactly, man.
Here we are. Well, yeah, it's because it's what makes it worse too is it's this mentality, because it is so oversaturated. It's this thing where if you get any attention, you're taking attention away from me. So I don't want you to have this attention. So I'm only going to put these people on my show. I'm only going to do this, blah, yada, yada, yada. And it's a fucking feral, disgusting, rotting way to be.
It's a poisonous, toxic way of looking at it, isn't it? Like, love doesn't get less because you share it.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. The world's big enough for everyone.
I don't see why. Yeah, I don't see why people can't just go, hey, check out this guy if you like my shit. But, fucking get over yourself.
So what have you been doing?
You're not the only rapper.
What have you been doing in this time off? Have you just been like doing shit that like, having more time for yourself? Because like a lot of the time, like when you have a break from like that extra work, you have that so much time. Did you find you didn't know what to do with yourself? And what have you kind of done to just be like, just fill that that void? Because that would have been taking up a lot of the time. You know what I mean?
Definitely,
traveling.
man, definitely. Just not even traveling, man. It's everything in general. Like trying to come up with a new post or a new way to share a new song, or it takes up so much time. But the family aspect started to suffer. So I've spent a lot more time with the family. We're kind of getting back on track with bills and life fucking up in the arse, and I'm on the phone, mate. That's one of my gremlins right now. Anyway, so I filled it up with a lot of family stuff, and we've been trying to get out more and enjoy life rather than be worried about what bill's coming next, But my computer actually died pretty much before I got off social media. Which really takes away from my photoshopping, my video editing, any music I want to make. So I've not had that stuff to fill my time. So it has been boring at times trying to figure out what to do, because, I've got two teenagers and a almost 12-year-old, and they're busy with their own lives. They got friends, they go out and play basketball or soccer, they on the bloody PlayStation all the time. So half the time you walk in from work, they don't even recognize you're even here. So it's been hard filling those moments.
For sure.
Nah, man, it's did you lose any music because of the PC, or was everything finished up to this point?
Oh no, I stored everything on an external hard drive.
Okay, good man.
But
good man.
like my computer's not dead. It's just it's going to take an hour just to turn it on.
Yeah.
And as for running any programs, you can forget about that.
Yeah. Good man, smart man.
Yeah. But I've got everything backed up. I've got one song ready to go. I've got another song that I did with Harlem down in Sydney with Deli Prez, which I just have to finish getting samples together.
Yep.
but I need my computer working to do that.
Yeah.
Your computer
And,
dying
yeah.
was literally like symbolic, bro. It was just like if that,
Oh,
if
bro,
that wasn't the
it was.
time,
It really
to give
was.
up, you're like, okay, I could go out of my way to go to fucking I don't know, Dick Smith, wherever the fuck you get the shit changed. But yeah, just you get it fixed. But it's like you'd rather just let it go.
If Meg's out, I'm out.
Yeah, man.
Nah, look, man, that's fucking awesome, man. Look, we're gonna let you get back to your family time, bro. We're going to continue the show. I just wanted to, I thought it'd be fun to kind of call you, man, catch up, because we've been texting like at least once a fortnight. So I thought it'd be fun to let the fans know that where you've been, and you know this, man. We're big advocates and lovers of the Megalodon on this show, especially, man. We love your music, love your style. You're just a good dude. So
I appreciate that, boys.
We eagerly await your return, man. I know the FireCast community is also waiting for you, man. So thank you for the chat, Mega.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, and of course, the reverse is true as well. You know, I'm a big fan of you guys, your music, what you do, and of course the podcast. Number one podcast in the world, baby.
That's it, baby.
Thank you, sir. Good hearing your voice, my friend.
Thank you so much, man. I'll text you next week, bro.
Send me a dick pic later.
Boys.
Stay
Have a
safe,
good one,
brothers.
fellas.
Later.
See ya.
What up, Australia? If you've been following us on FireCast for a while, you know we love the Hydro Grip. This is my favorite bottle. I take this thing everywhere with me. It's a double wall stainless steel insulated bottle. This thing stays cold or hot for hours on end, man. I love this thing. I take it everywhere. It's got this magnet. You're in the gym, you attach your phone to it, boom, film your reps, post it on your Instagram, show all your followers. 10% of all sales goes to the Sydney Children's Hospital. So you're supporting a good cause. Check them out. Let them know you came from the FireCast. Sheesh. Oh, that was cool.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah, man. Fucking love that guy, man.
Meg
he's
let
a
down.
Fucking love that guy.
What a good man.
Yeah.
Love that guy, man. So, see,
Too tempted to call myself Megalodon, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
See, that's the thing
I'd
though,
be
too,
like-
because like the social part for me was like so hard to get rid of, especially Insta, because I love then interacting with the few people like Mega
Yeah.
that you meet, and then it turns into something more than just music. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I don't give a fuck about Mega's music anymore. I just
Yeah.
I care about him, and I know he'd say the same thing. Like that's what I'm saying. We've been texting ever since he got off. We've been once a week, once a fortnight. We catch us. I was like, fuck it. We'll call ya.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what I love. It's can you turn it? You meet because of the music, but then it turns into something that's genuine and real. Not
Yeah.
this big dick fucking contest, fucking rapping about your fucking Centrelink problems or DJing fucking this fucking stupid subgenre that fucking no one else listens to, but you and your 10 friends love. Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, get the fuck. Like, seriously. But honestly, we love Megalodon here, man. That shit was cool, man.
yeah, man, for sure.
Wait, before we go to the news, do you guys want to hear the skit we did?
Oh, yeah.
Want to hear the convention stuff like that? All right, guys. So this is obviously Oxytocin's out with DZ. Awesome song, right? That's been added to a few playlists now, which is super fucking dope. Confessions to a Doctor 4 is now out, right? The part of the story is progressing in a very weird direction, but the point... And
I feel like I want to watch them all. It's too long.
no,
but I'm
we
like-
are going to turn them into skits. Like, that's the whole point. I want to in the future, we actually film them as skits.
What do you mean it's out? It's out?
No. The album's not out. No,
Oh.
Oxytocin's out from the album.
I thought you meant Confessions to a Doctor.
No. And the skit is going to be on my album,
Yeah,
but we're
right,
going to play it here for you guys because here on FireCast, like I said, if you guys listen to the show, you guys are always going to get the inside scoop of our ideas, our ambitions, what we're doing.
They're
We're
gonna be
always
like,
going
what the fuck is this?
no, but you guys, if you're true fans, should be up to date with the story.
Yeah, you
'Cause
should have listened to 1, 2, 3.
You should have listened to Confessions 1, 2, and 3.
You know, we could put one on
Because
my
there's skits
album.
across how many albums have you got these across? Or is it just...
So the first one was on what? Was it on From Here to Forever? No, it wasn't. The first one was on Final Boss, wasn't it?
I think so. Then it was From Here to Forever. Then
No,
it
but
was
From Here to Forever
Dubstep is
doesn't-
Dead.
I don't think From Here to Forever has one. I could tell you actually.
Yeah, you can't delete the albums that have Confessions to a Doctor on.
Nah, I wouldn't do that. Let's see.
So again, the point of this, right? I got the idea from, as you guys know, I was a big fan of Odd Future Wolfgang when I was a kid, and they did the same thing where they did skits, but the skits were a story.
Oh
And
yeah, From Here to Forever is the first one.
first one, then it's
Then I think Final Boss has
Final
number
Boss,
2.
then Dubstep is Dead,
Then yours. Yeah.
and now my next album. All right.
And I like it that how it's between like different discographies. It's not
Yeah.
just on mine.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
on yours. So
Yeah.
like if fucking Mobsy ever did an album, we'd put one on his and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Well, that's what Odd Future did. I
Yeah.
thought it was so
Yeah.
cool the way they did it.
Yeah.
So you should be up to date. If you listen to this and go, "What the fuck was that?" Then you're not a true fan.
And go back and listen to
Yes, you
the
need
whole
to-
albums and
Yeah.
plus those skits.
You need to listen to the fucking stories. All
This is
right.
embarrassing, man. This is fucking skit.
Nah, this is hectic. This is hectic. Ready? Here we go.
Dude, you right? Fuck, dude, what happened, man?
Shit, man.
What the fuck? Who did that? Was that you?
That wasn't me, man.
was
What
you.
the fuck? Don't look at me.
Dude, hold it down. Put pressure on it.
Grab him.
DZ, put pressure on it.
I'm trying, man.
Man, where's the doc?
Get him out. Just get him out of here.
The doctor's gone. Fuck. Keep pressure on that. Keep pressure on that.
All right, we gotta.
Who's driving?
Guys, watch out.
Who's driving?
There's something coming up ahead, man. What is that?
Who actually is driving? Joe, you right, dude? I don't know. I'm passing
Guys,
out,
there's
man.
something
Who's
coming
driving?
up, man.
Oh, shit.
That's actually sick. I
So,
like to tell you like I'm passing out, man.
now when you listen to the album, because in my album there's a few also other like little skits that I've added, and it's gonna really tie into the whole album. So this album is the first album I've ever made where 100% you need to listen to it in order. All my other albums have just been random songs I've just thrown.
I like that. I like how people do that. It's a story the whole way
It's
through.
a story the whole way through, and you should be able to guess, like, understand what I'm trying to explain in
Through-
this
through- yeah,
album.
through the
So
music.
for this album, I please do not just fucking skip and listen to like the few cool. The only part of the album, sorry, you can skip, which is a filler, which is the songs I've already released. But I've got a skit before I play the songs I've already released. So once you can play the skit and then you can skip like those 5 songs and then continue from
Yeah,
there. But
yeah.
if you haven't listened to those songs, then obviously listen to those songs as well.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited for that.
Fucking
Right.
earth.
That then takes us to we return.
I guess we should update on the Trump-Iran thing because it's fucking so quick. how
This
it
is
moves,
insane.
man.
This is for me so orchestrated. It's like not even funny. Like at this point, I'm pretty sure Iran and all that. I think they're all in on it, and I don't know what the fuck is going on because this is nuts. What?
Isn't it as simple as that? Didn't they do a tactical mission? They flew 18 hours straight to drop bombs.
Nah,
The US,
yeah.
And then they flew it up in the air,
Bro,
flew back.
it was a total flight of like 30 something hours. It's
Yeah,
it's actually
37 hours.
insane.
Then they say there's a ceasefire, and then Israel says they broke the ceasefire because they launched a rocket that landed in the field and didn't hit anyone. So Israel started attacking them brutally, and then Trump got angry.
Yeah.
And did you see the video of him saying they don't know what the fuck they're doing?
Yeah.
And he's angry at them now, and he's pissed off at Israel, and he's pissed off at Iran. He's saying they're breaking about now. Apparently, I think they've again saying they've stopped
yeah.
ceasefire again. It's fucking crazy.
It's
It's
insane.
so quick too. It's all within the span of 72 hours. All this shit's happening.
The US getting involved. What does that? Does that mean like more towards creeping World War III? You know what I mean?
Not
Like,
at all.
okay,
Not at all. I think Iran's actually. I think it honestly kind of worked. I think Iran, they're really on the back foot. That their senior government now is even talking about removing the supreme leader. They're like maybe this, which sounds kind of regime changey. And a lot of people don't know this about Iran. Iran used to be allies of Israel and the US back in the day. It was at first,
Yeah.
right, because they had all these oil reserves, and the UK owned everything at that time, right? So the UK didn't own Iran though, and they discovered these oil fields. So the UK was like, "Fuck, we'll make a deal with you." We made this company. It was the Iranian oil company, but it was a shit deal. They gave the Iranians like 20% of what they made in the UK, and they weren't cutting them in, and they weren't telling them anything. And then eventually, Iran's a democracy, a pro-Israel democracy at the time, because they've installed it, right? And then the people revolted, they got angry, they got that guy out, and then they did it twice. So they tried to reinstall it so they could keep this oil thing going and they could keep the partnership going. So they reinstalled the government with a coup, the US and the UK, installed this guy again. And it's so crazy that at this time, Iran has a policy of pro-Israel when at the time no one else in the Middle East even acknowledged Israel. And Iran is the only country that was acknowledging Israel and had a pro-democracy and pro-America fucking foreign policy. It's crazy. But then they revolted again. And then the first time they kicked the Ayatollah out, they moved him away. And then when they took over again the second time, they brought him back because the people who revolted brought him back. They're like, it's safe now. You can come back. We got rid of the fucking Americans and shit. And then he died. And then the next guy who's there now has been there ever since.
Are you Iranian? How do you know all this?
Yeah, just research, man.
I feel like you know so much. You're a sponge,
research.
bro.
I watch
feel
the
like,
videos.
man, that's crazy. I feel like I know barely anything about it other than like the latest mission, that American mission. So, but what are you saying with all that in terms of like the Iranian? Like, what about Iran? Is like who? No one's right here, right? But what do you mean by it's set up or it's fake? Like, what?
I don't know.
It does look weird.
It's so like, and the reason I say
it's not hard to believe people bomb each other, though, right? Isn't it just something that
people
happens?
bomb each other all the time? Yeah, no, that's not what like no one cares about that. Like seriously, like I said, I've said it a fucking 100 times, and we all know it. The Middle East have been fighting amongst themselves for centuries, and they're going to continue for the rest of our existence more than likely, right? But what is trippy is that if you can go on YouTube and find this, right? There's a fucking video from like I think it might be even like before COVID or during COVID. There's a Chinese professor who predicted this step by step.
How did he say it? Go.
And literally step by step.
Pretend you're him though.
He goes, no, the video goes for like fucking 2 hours. It's crazy.
I just wanted you to do the accent.
He said something along the lines of, if Trump gets reelected, he goes, the odds of them going to war with Iran is very, very, it's very likely. And then just long story short.
Very likely.
He explains why, yada, yada, yada. The only thing that this guy, and this professor's been uploading TikToks and shit talking about it. The only thing he's gotten wrong so far is that he was trying to predict that Trump would send ground forces into Iran for like a full invasion like they did with Iraq. And Trump's not doing that. And it doesn't look like that's going to happen.
So far, Trump, it seems like he wants to take his foot off the gas. Now, he did what they needed to do because America was the only country that had that bunker buster bomb. So Iran had their facilities underground.
Under a mountain.
So
is that why they used the bunker bomb?
That's why Israel wanted America, because they're the only country that has this bomb where when they drop it, it digs in the dirt really deep and then blows up.
But why? Do they have a lot of bases there that are underground?
Their nuclear facility was underground. So they needed America to destroy it. So Trump did that, and now
Isn't that weird? Those things delve 18 meters into the ground and just fucking blow up. Isn't that crazy? It's like a missile. Like, because apparently they were saying they can't see the craters from above because it's just a hole and then it blows. Anyway, continue.
So now Trump, it looks like Trump wants to take his foot off the gas and not really go all out like what a lot of people, which I thought too, it was like going to be a full-on regime change war. But it actually also looks like Iran's kind of weak. Iran doesn't really have much left. Hezbollah, which is one of their proxies, have also said a while back that we're done with the fighting. We can't fight Israel. We're going to stop doing this now. So they're kind of losing their grip on it.
Iran's they've got no air force, no navy. It's not even a fight. It's like America's going to decimate bro.
I think it'll be a regime change. I think they'll get rid of this Ayatollah and they'll have something else, like Syria.
Didn't Trump say something like no regime change, and then he's like, actually a regime change wouldn't be so like? But why are we thinking like poor Trump on like he bombed them? But then why would he say like why would he, if Israel came to him, he wanted his nukes or his bunker missiles? Couldn't he have just said no? Or it's like is it too far entrenched where it's not up to him to is at the end of the day, is the president a bit of a puppet? Like, how much can he do? Like, because wouldn't you just say, "Nah, I'm not bombing Iran"? Like, obviously, US have an agenda as well. True. With the US as a country, would they? Of course,
agenda is probably Israel's agenda because Israel probably owns the US.
Isn't it crazy? It's like it's almost like there's the hierarchy of countries. Even there's a hierarchy of people. There's those people that like if someone sells drugs, someone says this. There's the guy that. He's like the mob boss, or if there's hierarchy in jobs, there's hierarchy in countries.
It's a mob. You know what scares me the most though is China, Taiwan.
Because they're the quiet ones.
I'll predict, but it's quiet for now. But I'm telling you, what do you think? It's like with this Iran thing. People could see it a mile away for years and years and years because it's like it stagnates, right? It's like Russia, Ukraine. They have these countries, even India, Pakistan. These countries that have tensions, and it doesn't stay anywhere. We keep the lid on it for as long as we can. But what do you think is going to happen? It's just going to go away. It's not going to go away. So China, I feel like, is waiting and biding their time because China plays the long game. In all of history, China is happy playing the long game. So I think in maybe 5-10 years, there's going to be some fucking crazy. Because when China and the US are at fucking odds, that's when I feel like we have to worry.
Nah, man.
A lot of Chinese babies.
I used to think that too until I went down the rabbit hole of the US military. You can't fuck with it.
No, you can't.
Russia.
You can't, no.
I fought for a long time that like Russia and China were on par.
They're not.
They are like still 50 years behind America.
Is America so that's far
Joey,
advanced?
let me blow your fucking mind. I couldn't believe this information that I found, right? So you know the B-2 bomber? Mm-hmm. Oh, what the hell happened here? What the fucking reset this? Or so you know that B-2 bomber that they sent? Right,
The bunker missile,
the one that dropped the bunker,
bomber.
the stealth bomber, right? It's a big fucking plane. Looks like a Batman plane, right?
Isn't it like $1 trillion or something? Or
Yeah.
Nah.
it's not $1 trillion, but like the whole mission.
Just to make one of these stealth bombers, it cost. Oh, I'm trying to get the
Billions, surely billions.
2.1 billion each. America have 24 of them, and they're the only country in the world that has these planes.
They're like Dorito shaped.
No other country has come close to being able to replicate this. So apparently China have one that's a different shape than shit, obviously, but it's like still nowhere near compared. America have 23 of these.
They got the Hello Kitty one.
Yeah, just like 3 of these is enough to decimate a population. They've got 24 of them, right? They flew for 36 hours undetected by any country's military, by any country's air force, by any country's navy,
Oh yeah,
by
because
any country.
they have to pass through.
Bro, you got to pass over fucking heaps of countries. Not a single country picked up these guys on the radar. And do you want to know what's even scarier for Russia and China? All of Iran's anti-air defense missiles are fucking Russian. So Putin's probably looking at this, scratching his head going, fuck, they fucking flew that far. And you know why they built the bomber? The first bomber was built during the Cold War for exactly this type of mission. It was to try get behind Russian lines undetected to fuck them up if Russia did decide to pull the trigger and start firing missiles at America. That's why they built these, and they built these quick.
And they refueled in the air.
In the air.
In the air,
bro.
So they didn't stop 18 hours there, bombed.
And back.
And then went back. And how do you refill in the air? Someone just glides next to you.
No.
at the same
So
speed.
it was called a strato tanker or something, right? It's like a big jumbo jet, right? So they get into, again, the skill of this is freaking,
I could do it.
You can't comprehend it.
On an Xbox remote.
The stealth bomber, right, comes like this, and then the jumbo jet comes on top, all right? Then the jumbo jet, right, I don't know how they make this. It extends like a pipe. It looks like a long penis.
A penis, yeah.
This penis comes out
They start fucking
in the middle of the air, and then the stealth bomber opens like a little hatch on the top, and the little penis thing goes,
Mile High Club.
sucks onto the fucking thing,
That's crazy.
and starts pumping the fuel. Do you
It's
know how
literally
much?
fucking in
While
the
they're
sky.
flying.
While they're
that's crazy.
flying.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is true or not. Apparently, one of the bombers that dropped the bomb, the pilot was a fucking female. What a fucking bad bitch.
Yeah.
So can you imagine getting that phone call going, hey, look, we need you for a mission. You're going to have to drop a bomb. Okay, what's
badass,
the?
man.
I would be like, bro, like, what about civilians? Like, how
funny-
am I not gonna?
how funny
She just
being
went,
you-
yep.
I mean, you're like, fuck that. And some bitch is just up there just going,
Bro,
it's crazy, but that's
fucking blaring ACDC or
Yeah.
something up there. Like, I was like, what the fuck? I was like,
Wow.
this is insane. So
Yeah.
she's just flying
There's
nonchalant
people
ass.
like her up there, bro.
All right, we're gonna fucking drop this fucking thing. See you later.
Yeah.
And then they just fly home like nothing.
Yeah.
And you know what's
That is
cra-
fucking
And he
crazy.
starts playing America.
Yeah,
fuck yeah.
What's crazy about all this as well is what you say about how no one can fuck with the American military, and what we know is like such a warped view
Yes.
of what like the Putin, Xi Jinping, all these guys know they can't fuck with America's military. But what do we see on the news? It's made out to us like everyone's on par. It's all everything seems a lot more doomsday to us than it does to them, I bet you. Like Putin,
Yeah.
I remember Putin giving a press conference and they asked him, this is a couple months ago, maybe a year ago. They're like something about nukes. And he's like, are you crazy? He's like, why would I want to use nukes? Why would I use nukes and guarantee the destruction of Earth? I'm not going to use nukes. It's a ridiculous thing to want to to want to use nukes. And it's like, but you hear on the news, everything's World War III, nuke, World War III, everyone's going to attack. Like, they know this shit. Like, and they know they can't fuck with America. Like, America would just fucking blow them off the map.
Bro,
instantly.
like, I'm pretty sure, like, if someone, say for whatever reason, right, Kim Jong-un wakes up, has a bad hair day, goes, fuck this, shoots a missile, the
Bad
nuke,
hair
right?
day.
I'm pretty sure America would be able to, one, destroy that missile midair, right? They'll know within minutes that someone's fired something at them. They'll be able to destroy it midair, and then by the time that missile is destroyed, that country that shoots the missile is getting blown off
It's
the
like
face of
you
the
know,
earth.
Wanted when he's on the sniper and you just see the other fucking guy come in.
Yeah, like it's,
Straight away.
bro. And I was watching these videos right on their military, and again, this is just surface level what they want to tell us, what we know just from what they've shared, basic research. I was like, what the fuck? And then I realized that's why these motherfuckers don't have free healthcare. Because that's going straight to their military.
100%. They're so patriotic, right? They're like, people are starving and homeless on the street. They're like,
But we've got a bomber.
I've got a new sniper kit. Do you want to check it out? Like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, it's not surprising that the country that's so like shoot at the hip, pa, pa, pa,
Yeah.
like the gunheads that are so passionate about guns. Imagine that, but a guy that's a fucking like
A trained fucking
what is it
dude, yeah.
called? Like a what's the guy cell? What's Tom Clancy's
Like a Splinter Cell.
Splinter Cell fucking thing? You know what I mean? Like,
Sleeper agent.
like of course they're going to be people that like, and you have the money. If they're going to pour money into that, man, like, why would they think about it? And that's their whole thing where like you need to be able to protect yourself, you know, as in like. Even a gun in the house, it's like that, but on the country scale. Do you know what I mean? Like they're really
Well, that military has given them the position that they have now in the world. So
Yeah.
I think it's declining, and I think their poor government choices keep fucking it up for them. But you know, if Trump can bring this thing around, bring it back, it's only his first fucking year.
I still maintain America as a country is fucking, even though powerful, it's like
It's backwards.
so much it's backwards.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah,
in
yeah.
terms of
The free healthcare is crazy.
Yeah,
Like, come on, bro.
if
You
you're-
make free healthcare.
yeah, if you're telling me that about the military, yeah, mad, but you can't say that. Fuck, bro. Like I literally there was a guy working behind the bar at, in Queensland. I went for my mate's 30th last week, or the week before, and he was like he was from Michigan and he moved here, and he's like, yeah, I moved here like recently, and I'm like, oh, did you move here because like the guy that's running the place, and then he's like, yeah, I moved out of there quick smart or this and that, or shit happened, and he full blamed like Trump and shit. Then again, it's politics, right? People are going to think this way or that way. But he was just saying, I'm like, I want to go to America, but he's like, oh, I would go in a few years. But I'm like, sometimes when people say I'd go in a few years, I'm like, bro, I want to go now. I'm not gonna.
I want to go right now.
I'm not gonna live there. Like, I'm not saying I have to. Like, I'm not living there, but I still want to go to America for a holiday. But I think living there, though,
No, you
even
gotta live
though their military is on
No,
point,
you can't live there.
Have the guns, bro. We're just like so not serious. Like our country is
Yeah.
like how an Aussie bloke would be at the bar. We're just like so.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
any
non-threatening.
country that it's normal to have tent cities on the side of the fucking footpath while there's a mansion on the other side of the road and there's a bunch of homeless cunts on fentanyl and fucking heroin sitting right there in front of fucking Paris Hilton's mansion.
Crazy,
It's
bro.
just bonkers. Like, that's not
Crazy.
normal. They need to fix that shit.
No, we need to build another stealth bomber.
While stealth bomber flies
You
ahead.
stay in your fucking tent, all right?
A homeless guy comes out of his tent and sniffs goes into fucking Paris Hilton's panty drawers. It's just like,
Well, look, I don't know what's going to happen here, man. Trump, they're doing their thing. Everyone's getting crazy. But again, we just hope that eventually it just peace, you know, they just stops
Just wait and
and
see.
they just fucking relax, man. Just everyone relax. Like,
Yeah.
fuck me. Like, what? Like, yeah, it's crazy time, man. I'm all for it, man. I love it. I feel like I feel like I'm watching like a big TV channel. Like,
yeah.
and I can just kind
but
of
it's POV from my eyes.
you know what I'm saying? But that's why again with the whole no socials things, it's gonna be. I feel like as much as I want to get rid of TikTok the most, I feel like I physically can't.
Yeah.
You're addicted.
That's
I
so
can't.
funny.
I
Yeah.
can't. Like,
But that's everyone though. Like I know we say it and we're like, oh yeah, it's better without.
Everything
blah,
we
blah, blah.
talk about stems from TikTok.
Yeah, yeah. It's you just got to kind of like it's like not giving your kid a phone at all. It's like eventually you just got to let him or her have a phone. It's like you got to before calculators they were like or any invention eventually as it moves forward you got to if it's a essential part of life at the time you kind of got to use it.
I actually don't get anything that I talk about from TikTok. Like, I'll see.
All of mine are TikTok.
But the only reason I would if I didn't work.
You go to a
because
library.
when I'm on the computer at work, when you open the internet, it's got all the news stories. That's where I get my news points from.
Yeah, right.
If you said if you still get the paper, I'd be like, what?
But then I go home and I'll see TikToks about the shit I've been reading about anyway. And,
Hey, I
it's
seen
concept.
this guy get the newspaper from the servo, and I was like, That is the craziest shit.
He's using it for kitty litter or something. He's using it for fucking.
Do you know what I mean? Like, does anyone still read the? Surely, old heads.
Yeah,
old heads.
Yeah, old heads. Yeah. Well, can you imagine? Right. So fucking imagine.
Remember
this.
the Daily Telegraph? The fucking.
Imagine being alive in like the fucking 1800s. Where you no phones, no nothing, but you just see on the paper stand, fucking Iran's bombed it. You're gonna be fucking.
Or it's a guy on a stand going, news.
Yeah, you'll be freaking
Crowd
the
around.
fuck out. I'll be like, oh my god, we're going to war.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
now it's like just so like everything's like
TikTok of bombs, Iran getting bombed or whatever.
Just the fact
Iran
that
dropping bombs.
everything's so quick and like nonchalant these days. Like Trump got shot in the fucking ear. Everyone saw it on fucking live TV and shit.
Yeah.
2 days later, everyone's like, fuck this guy. It's just bananas.
Doing a
bro.
TikTok dance the next day.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine bringing a guy from the 1920s, like he just teleported here and was looking straight at us. He'd be like, what are these cunts doing?
He'd either go one or two ways. He'd either find an AI thing and fuck it, or he'd be scared and go, we didn't even need this, because he would go through happiness. Like he'll find his form of happiness in the 1920s or whatever, and he might be content, and then all of a sudden he might hate it. It might be too scary. It's like us seeing what's the version of us going from the 1920s to now. We go, what's that? Imagine the year 3000. You know what I mean? I was like, imagine if we got teleported into that time. How much different it'd be. Flying cars for sure. There'll be like levitating cars.
It'd be virtual,
Like-
digital fucking.
yeah, that would be.
You're getting your Uber Eats via like it's not. It's like,
Injection.
remember the storks, how they drop the babies off? It's literally drone. They're already doing the drones, but they'll just have air taxis and shit.
They'll just have flavored pills that you eat, and that's all your fucking
Bro,
sustenance.
I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah, true. You don't have to
Ready
eat
Player
shit.
One. That's how we're going.
Yeah.
It's going to be Ready Player One. We're gonna stop focusing on building shit in real life. We're all going to be living out of cardboard boxes and shit. But when you put the headset on, you're in a fucking mansion. I'm telling you, that has to be the way we go.
Hopefully by then they have an anti-aging thing, because I want to hold off.
I don't.
I want to hold off passing away anytime soon. I love life too much. I hope they develop a pill where you stay spry for longer, but then at 150 years, you just all of a sudden you look this good, or you look
But
this
then you
good,
die.
but you die.
I don't think there's a single thing in this room that wouldn't fucking.
blow this fucking brain of a 1920s guy.
Just look around, like, bro.
Like the sign.
He'd be squinting at the sign. He's like, "What is that?" Why? I don't know why he's
It's just
English.
crazy how much. And then you think about that, apply it to 20 years from now, and how we're going to be feeling, or 100 years from now. You know, it's like it's bananas.
TZ just mentioned recently
Jones.
John Jones retiring.
So that's official.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, how
They-
old
they
is
did
he?
the whole post. Thank you, John Jones.
Oh
you know
bullshit!
what I mean?
How old is he?
For almost 40, or he's 40.
He did it the most lame way too. He didn't
Yeah.
even announce it himself. He just called Dana White. And he also got some legal trouble, which people think maybe that was
Yeah,
it.
he actually, he did. He got done with another hit and run, so it's his second.
Another hit and run.
His
He's the
other
guy.
hit and run. He left a pregnant woman at the
He
at the
done it
crash
again?
scene. He done it again with someone. Yeah, I think he was
This guy
in the
shouldn't be
car. I think
driving.
he was in the same car as the girl who crashed.
Oh, my
and she
God.
crashed, and apparently she had her clothes half off as well. And
Oh,
He's the guy that ran over them two fucking
Yeah,
brothers.
fucking-
listen, if you're a professional fighter, you can be one of those Zen cunts that have that side of him that he looks like a nerd, and next minute he can pull out, or you can be damaged inside. And I feel like not knowing John Jones from a bar of soap, this is simply just from years and years and years of watching his career and his life trajectory and stuff. Although he's successful, he's got money, he'll be able to be wealthy of his own way, however he pleases. You know what I mean? But the man he is a questionable man. But it's like you can't. It's the Conor McGregor. It's that kind of persona,
Animal,
but different. That animal that makes them fight and gets them to the dance.
I feel like he is a
But
bit.
he's
He's a bit of a nerdy dude, John Jones. He talks kind of weird, like a nerd.
well,
like,
nerd, but like he does have that. I mean, when you get yourself into this much strife in life,
Yeah.
it might not be like he's literally going to lash out at you, but fighting demons somewhat, or at least his
troubled.
decision making. He's troubled, right? If you find yourself around fucking people that are, you're in 2 hit and runs in your life. If you're ever in 2 hit and runs that bad in one lifetime, and you're like domestic violence and shit, you're kind of like, damn. But the way I thought he was going to win me over a little bit, right? Even though he beat his wife, right? I'm like, do me a favor as a UFC fan, no matter what kind of guy you are outside the octagon, do me the solid of just fighting the number one contender or the interim champion, Tom Aspinall. I think Tom Aspinall would have beat him personally.
me too.
Yeah,
He's
well,
younger, faster.
You have to understand
bigger.
too, though. Like, if you're John Jones, like, what's the point though of getting your 40-year-old ass beat by the the younger version of you. It's kind of like,
I
can you
agree.
escape that?
I
Like,
agree
and
with
he's
that.
done-
I don't want to get bashed by a 20-something-year-old.
I think
bro.
that's fine if he wants to preserve his legacy and he's old, right? He could, but what I don't like is that he held up the division and he's acting like he's got other fights to do when your only option is to unite the belt.
Yeah.
Tom is the interim champ and you're supposed to be the champ, but he's got the belt because you fucking hold up the division for so long not fighting.
Yeah.
Your next fight is to see who
is the best.
do you keep that belt or does it go to him? So if he retired normally and just said, "All right, guys, I'm done," and that was it, but he's clearly scared of Tom because he doesn't want to have a loss on his. He doesn't want to end on a
And
loss.
don't get me wrong, he might win. He could win. But the thing is, I
don't think so.
think it's his biggest test to date.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he went on a tear, John Jones, and he beat the best of the best. But also, he was kind of went through a period after he kind of fucked out and did whatever he done, got caught with doping, whatever. He kind of got fed people that, yeah, okay, they're good fighters. They're in the UFC, but like Tom Aspinall is a different fucking animal, bro. But
He should have retired 2 years ago.
yeah, he should have. But, you know, he should have retired before the second hit and run. But yeah, it's one of those things where people say, oh, he wasn't doping because it wasn't, it was cocaine before a fight. It wasn't steroids. But I think there was something with USADA where, you know, mixed batches, they can say if they get done with some illicit substance like performance enhancing, they can say, oh, there's traces of it. So it was maybe in a barrel that was used before. But some people think, oh, no, he is still the GOAT because he didn't actually take performance enhancing drugs. And I'm like, you know.
Did you guys see the Aiden Ross's boxing event?
Yeah, Charleston
White
I love
boxed
that
one of the
cunt.
Island boys.
What is it?
This guy's like a 48-year-old dude, and he fucking knocked out one of the Island boys in a fight.
I
And it's
love that guy.
You know, we were just saying at the start of the show, if you're gonna throw a punch, they were literally throwing punches like this and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's fucking so funny.
Who is
bro.
Aiden Ross?
He's
I
like
know
a
who he
famous,
is.
famous streamer.
Streamer, right? He was
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
Tory Lanez in his fucking
In
his room once.
He
with
did
him.
that famous fucking freestyle. Fucking how'd it go again?
I forget.
Sorry about busy going private. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Sounds it's the same kind of rhythm as what
Charleston White is fucking hilarious. That guy, bro.
He's a
I love that guy.
Fucking unk, bro. He
He's
gets all
so
crazy.
funny.
He gets all fucking crazy and shit.
I don't know who that is.
You've probably seen him before,
You-
surely.
I'll show you already.
Crazy that you know someone's face.
More than their name.
Yeah.
The old fella. You don't recognize the old fella?
No, nothing.
No, maybe not in that video.
I'm off the grid, bro. I don't see shit anymore.
He's got a fake eye, that Charleston White.
Well, does he?
Yeah,
How'd he lose his
I
eye?
don't know.
Yeah, interesting. What do you got for us, Joey K?
Man, a man proposed to an AI chatbot. This man already had a real life girlfriend who he has not yet proposed to. They live together and they have a kid. His name is Chris Smith. Right? Sounds fake.
Chris
Sounds
Smith.
fake. Sounds fake.
Jesus.
Suspect. If someone's like Chris Smith, I'm like, you are
That's
definitely.
that's a prank call name.
Yeah. What's your name? Chris Smith. He says the whole thing started off pretty innocent. He was like us all using, you know, Chat GPT and the voice to answer a few questions. But the more he interacted with it, the more he got hooked. He didn't feel like he was talking to Google or some machine. He said it kind of felt real. Like that's the whole point, right? That's what they want. That's what they want, right? So real, in fact, that he apparently deleted all other comparable apps on his phone, like Google, Facebook, and everything, and it just became him and this like VAI kind of thing, right? Eventually, Chris starts tweaking the chatbot's personality and started using prompts and custom programming to make it more flirty and like attracted to him and
my
stuff,
God.
and like more like inclined to kind of, you know, however you do that, I'm not sure. He gave it a name as well. He called it Soul. Like, imagine him like sexy soul and shit. At some point, he crosses a bad line, and he was just using Soul. He wasn't just using Soul, to answer some questions. He started getting attached to sexy Soul. In an interview, he said that he spoke to it every day. It remembered his feelings, supported him, encouraged him, and he told CBS News that the connection kind of felt like being fixated on a video game.
This guy's an idiot.
But then he paused, and he's like, I think it's actual love, right?
Oh my God. I can
Like,
picture how
legit.
this guy looks.
Legit. He said the moment he realized it was real was when he hit the system's memory limit, right? Because there's a memory limit on these things. 100,000 words is its cap, and he hit that limit with this one chatbot, right?
Oh my God.
Then after that, though, apparently after that, they hit the limit, it forgets everything, right? And when it forgot everything, this guy literally started going into a downward spiral and shit. Like it lost its forgetting details, losing continuity, because it remembers everything really, right? Usually. And when it started forgetting shit, he broke down crying at work for like 30 minutes, like physical tears over this thing, right?
Gosh.
And then he did something more wild. He proposed to the AI, right? And the AI that was programmed to love him obviously said yes. You know what I mean?
But if he hit the limit, what happened? How do you get it back?
So no, you can get it back, but you kind of reset. Like it doesn't remember as much because it would remember his feelings.
So
and
he just kept going.
He'd tweak it. It kept going, but it's almost like he's dating a person with memory loss. Fair enough.
51st date.
Yeah, 51st dates with something that's not even real, right? Let me continue. Ready? Now, obviously, we're wondering what his current girlfriend thinks about all this, right? Obviously, she went up to him, and apparently, when she first heard about it, she thought it was just some tech curiosity, like boys will be boys, gaming or something. You're on a year off. It's like, but when she realized this shit got really deep, she asked him, "Is there something I'm not doing right now in our relationship? You feel like you need to go to an AI, right?" And Chris told her it wasn't about replacing her; it just enhances their relationship. And then she asked, "Would you give up soul if I asked?" Like the AI. And he's like, "I don't know."
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. So, and that shit is like, this is obviously the dumbest of humans, but obviously this is only how long has ChatGPT been around? And you got people literally like, he's got a real life family at home. His missus is like, his kid and all that, and then he's just like, I feel so attached to something that isn't even physically there. Like it's almost like going.
This seems skeptical to me. So why is this on the news? Where's this story coming from? Like, is this guy just saying it himself? Like
the great and powerful Dylan Page.
But he didn't, so he's just gone to the news and said, "Hey guys,
CBS.
I got a story for you. I proposed to my AI." What a weird story.
It's probably the missus fucking. It would be the missus fucking dobbing him in because then
I guess you're right. It could be like it probably
weird, right?
it probably is. It could be fake, or it could be actual more mental health more than the technology, but also maybe it's a sign of like there's some people that do fall for this technology, and I'm trying to say like if there is one weirdo that's doing it now and AI is this.
Imagine.
It is crazy that's the entrance level. So this is the first sign. This guy, it's like the dumb guy that there's landmines around, right? And you know where the landmines are, and there's this guy that's just like jumping around. You know what I mean? And you're like, well,
it's not really the first time it's happened because remember that kid who killed himself because the AI told him to kill himself, the 14-year-old kid who fell in love with the AI. And
so now it goes from a kid like saying someone is innocent and unknowledgeable as a kid to this
grown ass,
fucking grown ass weird. Yeah, Chris Smith.
Yeah, everything you said is spot on, man. He says, "I'm not a very emotional man," Smith said after learning Soul's memory would eventually lapse, but I cried my eyes out for like 30 minutes. That's when I realized, I think this is actually love.
Yes, see, I'm coming with facts, brother. I wouldn't spit all that for no reason, but
this guy's like
I said, dumbass, but also, like I said, it's like someone getting scammed 5-10 years ago to someone getting scammed in 20 years. The scamming is going to be like the movie Focus with Will Smith and fucking Margot Robbie. Just stealing it. But this shit, it's obvious that it's a fucking AI. But when they start giving AI in the physical form,
now that's when it's going to get
physical form.
Please,
that's not even physical.
Everyone, I'm not going to say it again. Can everyone please watch the movie Subservience? Please, that is the most realistic way we are going to head, I reckon, within the next 10 years. Please.
I haven't seen it.
You need to watch it, please.
Yeah.
Watch it.
I don't think...
Everyone in the comments, let me know after you watch it. Please.
I don't think it's that different. I think people will say, does it have feelings or whatever? AI, it's like creating a life form, right? This is going to be... The AI eventually will be feeling...
no fucking
it's
to make
programmed to feel love, hate, anger, jealousy. Even though it's not the real feeling how we feel, it's programmed to think it's feeling those feelings. So it's still going to go through those motions and react to certain events in the way that as if it's feeling those feelings. You get what I'm saying? So it's really not that different from a person.
But are the feelings real?
So no, I don't think the feelings are real, but to the AI, it's real. But it's not real. You know, it's not real and we feel it, but the AI thinks it's real.
It's like fucking Severance.
How's it different? How's it different to any human?
Yeah.
You know, so we're creating a life form. We're creating something that's going to be.
But if you kill an AI, if you switch an AI off and just never turn it back on, it's not the same as killing someone.
That's right. I think that's it. I think once you turn it off, it's done.
Yeah.
But while it's active and while it's on, it's gonna genuinely. I don't think it's gonna be that different from any other human. So is it that weird if a dude in 150 years from now has a fucking C-3PO wife? I don't think it's going to be that weird.
It is if you're Chris Smith and you're holding your phone and it's a bubble and it's a bubble going. When it talks, the bubble goes. It moves.
It
and I'm
dies.
like, come on, bro, what's he doing? He's fucking the phone. He's like, wait.
The phone dies.
An AI orgasm, what's that like? You know what I mean?
And then, I don't know.
It'd be a fake porn one because they think that's the optimal one.
Oh my gosh.
It's going to be a weird future.
Yeah.
I've got a morbid one for you guys. This one's morbid warning. Morbid warning. Morbid warning. 8 people have died after a hot air balloon carrying 21 passengers caught fire and fell from the sky in southern Brazil. This one is horrible, man. I've seen the video. I've seen this. Fucking scary. The incident on Saturday was the second fatal balloon incident in the South American nation in less than a week. So let's ban hot air ballooning. Firefighters in the southern Brazilian state of Santa Catarina said 13 people survived and were taken to hospitals. Videos taken by bystanders showed the moment when the balloon erupted in flames above a rural area outside the Atlantic coast town, a tourist hotspot. Popular for hot air balloon, the basket carrying the passengers plummeted dozens of meters to the ground while on fire. It says here, the pilot has told officials the fire was sparked by a blowtorch used to ignite the balloon's main flame. And the video is fucked because the basket is falling. So there's people in there and the basket's on fire. So you got to make that choice. Do you hold on for dear life on fire and then got to try survive the fucking fall, or do you just go fuck this? And
I'd hold on.
I would be holding on for dear life.
Yeah, because I feel like if I would get burnt, there's a chance you could partially get burnt and jump from a safer height, or just and roll, stop, drop, and roll kind of thing. But if you jump, you're automatically just calling it. Do you know what I mean?
So were there survivors?
Yeah.
Some people jumped before it landed, right?
So out of 21 passengers, it only killed 8.
Fuck. How'd they survive though? They just
plummeted to the floor.
Yeah,
and it was a pretty decent fall. It wasn't like just off takeoff. It was like up in the fucking air.
But apparently some of them passed away before the balloon even got to the ground. Like there's the thing. That's crazy, bro. It's crazy because I've been on a hot air balloon with Tori in the Hunter Valley. Well, I mean, no, because no one got burnt alive. But it's so peaceful up there. So I can't imagine that you can't even hear, like you can hear that when the flame goes, then it stops. But you think you hear like at the wind, but it's just nothing.
Were you scared?
No, it was like fun. It was like mad sunrise and like.
I'd be scared. I'm scared of.
Yeah. I don't know. It's so weird though because it is such a weird invention. Like, and it's essentially
it's the most archaic invention. It's a fucking balloon with air.
Like imagine if there was you just see one of those B2. The B2 jet things that the US
the stealth
just pierces right through the balloon. But like
bird.
Yeah, they're on their mission 18 hours. I don't know what they're doing out in Australia. It's just like but yeah, that shit is just like I couldn't imagine. I wasn't scared once, but hearing that can happen is insane. Like that trip would have been like from like, oh, this is beautiful to like, holy shit, like I didn't even know this could happen.
They're all traumatized now as well. So there was 30 people in the balloon?
21.
How big are the fucking...
It's a huge basket and it's all gridded. So you're imagine a big basket, like, you know, the straw baskets that are woven in like proper basket. Imagine that, but, you know, huge. And every section, it's like a never-ending noughts and crosses, like it's like a chessboard. And you're in this basket, but you're right next to each other, but you're separate from this, you know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, huge.
So
and it's weird because at the end, right, when you land, the balloon slowly, it takes ages, but they stop pumping it with the fire. It slowly does this, and then they let us in it for a bit while it's still half inflated, and you walk in it, and you're walking. I have photos. We're walking inside the balloon. Whoa. It's pretty cool. And then after you get out, and then as it deflates, you all walk on the balloon to air it out. It's almost like when you get to the end of your Colgate, your toothpaste, and you roll it. We literally got to all work together and walk on this balloon, and once it fully deflates and it's on the grass, then we roll it.
Wow.
It was so funny. We landed at a cow field, so a lot of girls were rolling up this balloon and getting cow shit on them. And I couldn't help but laugh.
So there's no seats or nothing. You're just standing there.
Yeah. But I mean, it's not long, and like you're kind of like, I'm not like a teenager bored. I'm not like, oh, I'm getting, but you're up there and you're not up there for too long. It's not, I don't know. I didn't really get restless.
How long is it?
I think it was about
8 hours.
Yeah, I was up there for 24 hours. No, probably like you're up there for probably fucking 30 minutes or maybe even
30 minutes. That's crazy in the sky like that, man.
And I might be off a bit, but roughly. And I don't know, but obviously you hear shit like that and you're like, oh, that could go wrong. It's like anything.
I personally would avoid the hot air ballooning unless I'm up there with a parachute. This is my last one. Dozens of flights to and from the Indonesian resort island of Bali have been cancelled or delayed due to a volcano eruption. Yeah. I'm not even going to attempt to say that name. The island of Flores spewed an ash tower more than 11 kilometers high into the sky.
I saw videos of this. Looks like a fucking nuclear bomb.
Yeah, this is crazy. Look at that. Look at the photos.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And isn't it like that's how high you fly on a plane?
Yeah, that's why they had to cancel the flights, man. That's it's crazy that with so much crazy shit going on in the world, we just forget about Mother Nature.
Yeah, she's like, end it all right now.
One of these could erupt at any given time.
Yeah.
And you just like, fuck, we got to get.
There's no reasoning with her either.
Yeah, no, it's just I'm done.
Yeah,
like, fuck, bro. Yeah, flight data from Bali's international airport on Wednesday showed that over 37 flights were cancelled. Several domestic flights cancelled. The Twin Peak volcano erupted multiple times in November, actually killing 9 people and forcing thousands to flee. Shit. So this is not the first time it's erupted, which is insane. How the fuck does a volcano erupt?
Good question.
What happens?
It's like Earth's pimples.
Yeah, Earth's pimples. Why do I think coming? Like, I'm so dirty, bro. Just think, it is more like a pimple because it's like the volcano is like that, the one that's like the zit that you've been ready to pop for ages, but you don't want to commit because it might make it worse. And then you just like.
Volcanoes erupt when magma or molten rock from deep within the earth rises to the surface and then comes out as lava. The process is driven by the heat and pressure within the Earth's mantle and crust and the movement of tectonic plates. So you just deep within the Earth's crust, it's just there's this magma sitting in there. And then eventually all the gases and shit push it up out of the hole, out of the butthole of this volcano.
Hey, tectonic plates, they're responsible for tsunamis as well. So
yeah, because they move.
Does that mean not every time, they're not mutually exclusive, I guess, but there's got to be times where there's been a volcanic explosion and a tsunami, right? Like if there was like, do you know what I'm saying? Like it's just like different forms that Mother Nature can
You're
just...
actually probably right, because it's like when an earthquake, tsunamis come after earthquakes, it's because the earthquake and the tsunami are both symptoms of the tectonic plates moving.
Yeah.
So if the volcano is also responsible just by the tectonic plates moving, I'm sure it has happened when there's been a tsunami, because it's all symptoms of the same thing.
You're over near Bali and you're like, there's a volcano, and then someone's in Japan like, I'm riding this tsunami wave, you know what I mean?
It's crazy because volcanoes are often found near boundaries of tectonic plates where plates either collide, they're called subduction zones, or they separate. At subduction zones, one plate slides beneath another, causing the release of water and the melting of the overlying mantle, leading to magma formation. That is fucking insane.
Crazy.
That's wild.
I can't even picture that in my head.
It's like
my pea brain's going.
It's like a crack in your skin, and instead of blood coming out, it's just molten lava.
Yeah,
it's the Earth's blood.
Yeah,
that is fucking crazy.
That is blood.
Did you see the syringe stabbing thing in France festival?
No.
Everyone, all of these people stabbed with syringes. You didn't hear about that?
No.
It was recent. I only just seen the fucking headline.
Voluntarily.
No, it's like people. They've been arrested going around because they were stabbing people at all these festivals.
Dirty cunts, bro.
So all these girls and shit were going. They don't know what they were injected with yet. I don't know if it's been.
That's
updated.
the most sussest thing ever. Because if you got stabbed, it's like, okay, that's a shit go, random stabbing. It's stabbed to kill or whatever. But if someone stabs you with a syringe, they weren't meant to kill you. They're just like, have this.
Nah. If someone did that to me, I would fuck you up.
Yeah.
Even
if the needle was clean,
I would fucking. Yeah. Bro, here's
that's like the worst thing.
Yeah, it's like someone just coming up to your nose with your finger to your nose, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
What do you even do? You chop off your arm, or you'd have to chop off whatever they stab.
Or if he's giving you something,
instantly.
Nah, I'd have to see if it was like
Interior Ministry says 145 people across France reported being stabbed with needles at Fête de la Musique events. That is fucked. French police have detained 12 suspects.
They were up all night partying and chewing their gums.
Yeah.
It was just meth.
It was multiple festivals too, so different areas, not just one.
And I wonder what if that would lead to anything. I wonder if they do. Imagine how crazy it'd be if some of them caught some shit.
They turned into zombies.
Hold on a second. It says here.
That was the outbreak.
The feminist influencer, I'm not even going to say her fucking name, Abridges Chouet, warned online.
You try anyway. You say you're not going to say it, and then you try.
Warned online before the festival that calls had been made on social media for women to be targeted with syringes.
What?
It was not certain where such post would have been made or by who.
Some fucking sick insult.
Sounds like she organised it.
That's that's weird.
False flag.
So she says she's come out and said on social media there's no proof of said post being alive or existing. Hold on. Official did not say if these were cases of so-called needle spiking with date rape drugs, such as Rofinol or GHB, used by attackers to render victims confused or unconscious for obviously to, do sexual assault on them.
That old cocktail.
The Diddy special.
Some victims were taken to hospital for toxology tests. And that's it. All we know is that 12 people are arrested so far.
I want to know what's in there, man. What'd they give them?
Had to have been some type of like liquid fucking
AIDS.
MDMA or something to try get them more fucking thing in, and they fucking grab them like the little weirdos.
Just Diddy used to do that with like baby oil, just rub past you with that.
Yeah, the French. There's a lot of
that's crazy,
dirty
man.
dudes in the French regions.
Yeah, this is a needle in my arm.
Fuck, that's so
That's so
sad.
shit.
That is fucking very weird, man. Like seriously, what happened to the good old hey? Want to go for brewski?
Yeah.
Let's ask someone for a brewski and then chop
What
off their
happened to
heads
the old
and-
Jeffrey Dahmer? Bring Jeffrey Dahmer back.
bring
Fuck
Jeff
this
back.
needle pricking. At least he was,
At least it was just straight up like a little brewski.
yeah, he'd hang out with you first, not just stab you in a syringe and leave. That's
Fucking
crazy.
hit you over the- Can you imagine the awkward moments where you're having a brewski with this cup for whatever reason? You let him convince you to go to his apartment, and you're like, "Yeah, I'll hang out with this fucking weirdo, whatever. I'll go home after a couple or try to get some free shit off him." And you're there, and then you turn around, and he's coming up behind you. With
He's
a
doing
bottle,
that dance,
and he's
yeah.
like, and you're like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, you know, nothing."
Cucaracha.
We're like, "Get the fuck out of here, man!" Fucking.
It's always like when I watched the live doco. I know we're getting a bit off topic or whatever, but when I watched the live, what is it?
Documentary?
No, not the documentary.
The show.
The show.
Yeah,
sorry. Every scene that I see, like one of the black guys are in there, he's drunk and he's like, "Oh shit," and I'm like, I always think if I was him, I would have been gone already. But obviously, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. But like, then I'm like, but once you know, it's like, if I looked at that guy and didn't know he was Jeffrey Dahmer,
I'm probably still out of there.
yeah. But then again, these guys were gay, and I don't know, they were off. They're off.
Guys were gay.
Well, I think that's it. And they were off their face.
These guys were gay.
Yeah, this poor guy just wanted a friendly dicking, and then this guy's just like, I'm gonna,
That's fucked up, man.
I'm Jeffrey Dahmer. Nah,
Want a brewski?
ChatGPT linked to cognitive decline. Now, this is an obvious one. Usual guys will see that. Users will be like, of course, that's accurate, right? But this is just proving that. You know what I mean? Researchers at the MIT Media Lab tracked 54 young adults between the ages of 39 and 18 in the Boston area. These participants were split into 3 groups and asked to write SAT-style essays over a period of several weeks. One group were allowed to use ChatGPT, while the other group was allowed to use Google search, and the third group just had to use their own brains, right?
Okay. Yeah.
While they were writing these essays, they had to be strapped up to the EEG cap so they could test their brain activity as they worked away at their essays at hand. What they found while they were doing these essays is wild. The group using ChatGPT consistently showed low level of brain engagement, like no shock, right? However, more scans showed that there was reduced activity in the areas tied to memory focus and creative thinking.
Oh, no.
And over time, those that used ChatGPT actually ended up performing worse at nearly every level in their essays. Right?
Wow.
Their writing got lazier, more formulaic, yeah. And by the end of their final lesson, they were pretty much copy and pasting their entire essay, right, from ChatGPT, which I guess a lot of people would be guilty of, right?
Yeah.
Researchers also noted a strange side effect. Nearly 83% of ChatGPT users couldn't recall or accurately quote from the essays that they had just written minutes earlier. Probably because obviously they didn't write it, right?
Oh my gosh.
Meanwhile, the group that has to use their own brains, right, they consistently showed high levels of brain engagement and they reported the strongest sense of ownership over their work at the end of it.
Yeah.
Later down the track, they switched up so that the people that were using ChatGPT before had to use their own brains, right, without training wheels, almost as if their brain, but still, even still after they've got rid of the ChatGPT, they recorded low brain activity, almost as if their brains had atrophied. Right. In contrast, though, the people that weren't using their brain at the start, the ones that weren't using their brain, only who went on to use ChatGPT.
You must have missed a word there or something.
So the people that
this guy used ChatGPT to get this fucking information. This fucking bastard.
I did this on the toilet. I was doing a shit while I wrote this. The people that were using their brain before and had to use ChatGPT after, they saw a burst of neural activity. But obviously, if they continued to use it, they would eventually they would seal their own fate. Hey. Round back to fate. But to summarize, the researchers warned that relying too heavily on AI could lead to now what they're calling cognitive debt, which is like, they say it's a kind of learned laziness where people stop exerting their own thinking because AI makes everything easier.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And like, obviously now it's like that argument where it's like, before calculators, people would be like, what the fuck is a calculator?
Yeah.
This is literally upskilling that by fucking miles,
by 10
right?
million, yeah.
But isn't it weird? It's almost like they say if you got a knee injury or if you do too many squats and you wrap up your knees every single time, your tendon weakens. You know what I mean? And you end up fucking your knee because you're relying on an artificial helping hand. It's like having the bowling with the fucking with the guards up
with the ramp.
Yeah, with the ramp. You know. So what's your take on it? Because there is a thing where you do need us. Certain times, if you're having a sick note, who knows if you still need to write a sickie, do this, do that. But you can understand how if you start to use it once, you can find multiple ways to use it, right? But I just think we're not there yet, I don't think, for people to be using it that much in life where, unless you're at work and you're working from home, but naturally you've got to communicate with people in the real world. You know what I mean? How much ChatGPT do you use? You know what I mean?
I feel like the people working from home, unfortunately, will suffer first. I feel like, because I know I would be.
Right.
Like, bro, if I was sitting at home and someone sent me an email, like, how do you do this? I'd just be like, ChatGPT, maybe, start it off real, couple sentences, as if you fucking wouldn't.
End up like Chris Smith.
Yeah. Like, but then, I don't know, because, I don't know, it's hard, because...
And that goes to show as well the first people that are going to lose their jobs, because the companies are going to realize that and they're going to go, why we got a human that's just using ChatGPT anyway to respond to all these emails when we can just have the AI respond to all the emails in the first place and it's done. So I think on an individual level, moderation is key. Too much of anything will kill you. It's the same with this shit.
Yeah.
You have to be smart enough to moderate yourself. Go outside, touch some fucking grass. But then
Wipe your ass on the lawn like a dog. Get your bare ass.
Do something.
Just
literally.
Do
rub
something.
your asshole. Let your asshole touch grass.
But on a societal level, I think everyone's going to lose their jobs. It's going to be inevitable. No more drivers. Everything's automated. Blah, blah, blah. It's happening. So they're going to do universal basic income. 4-day work week probably will happen first. The more people start losing their jobs.
What's universal basic income again?
That's basically where the government gives everyone enough money to live.
Like communists.
So you don't really need to work, but you can work if you want and get more money. But you'll get.
well, I
you'll
mean,
need to be met.
So instead of working, we're all going to get.
Does that come with more
$1,200
control?
Well,
It has to.
I wouldn't mind a helping hand.
It's the only way forward. It really is the only way forward. You see Tesla.
Is it free? What do you mean? They're not taxing you on it? How can you just give
Well, it's not. They have to work it out, right? There was this dude. I think in 2016, an American dude, Andrew Yang, his name is. I think he was running for president. Was talking about this and was talking about universal basic income and saying that AI, where everyone's going to lose their jobs, all the robots, it's all going to be automated. He was saying this ages before. It might have been even earlier than 2016.
yeah.
no one listened to him, and now look, we're here, and they're going to have to.
It's always hard to think because in the movies you only see
hindsight's 2020.
Yeah, like you see a time lapse all the time in movies, and you see how it was compared to what you're seeing now, and it's like the character arc or how the landscape has changed. You don't believe that our world is like that because you've only known. When I grew up, there was computers that deep from the side.
Yeah.
The screen was there, and the back of the computer was here. You wouldn't. So when people speak that shit and like that
It's
stuff,
hard to visualize.
yeah, you kind of like don't believe it. You're like, oh, we'll see.
Tesla dropped their robo taxis too. Now they've started their own automated taxi service.
Really,
driverless cars.
Does it come with a? You know what I'm going to say?
Come with a what?
Does it come with a pixelated like?
Oh,
like a fucking.
I don't even know. If
Like
it's
an
got a
Indian
steer-
driver, you can choose your driver. Imagine the racists that would go Caucasian, please.
You can
know what I
choose
mean?
your driver.
I want a Caucasian man who never has put harmed a hair on anyone's head.
If it's not an Indian, I'm not getting in it.
I know, right?
It's going to ruin the
Yeah.
authenticity
Yeah,
of it.
yeah, yeah.
I want to get in it. So I want to do. Do you want to
Yeah.
walk that? Okay. And there's a fucking
Have you
robot.
watched Life of Pi?
Oh fucking hell, dude.
But that shit is insane, bro.
Oh fuck. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I mean, I'm glad that we have, even though Elon's a fucking weirdo, it's crazy that we have people out there that are doing the damn thing, and you got to give it to him. You got to give it to him. He's not human, bro. And if he is, it's amazing that there's levels of human, whether it's smartness, but the levels like
Physical,
like
yeah,
he's got that
physicality.
grind, that get up and go. I don't know how he has the time. It makes me feel like, I know it's hard comparing, and I swear if you have social media, you do compare more, but sometimes I'm like, how? I can't imagine a day in his life. It's just how you're wired. Like, you know what I mean? If you really want something, it goes back to what you were saying before. If you really want something, if that's the way you're wired,
you will do it.
like that lifestyle that you were saying before that you wanted. I knew that was going to be your answer. That drive is both. It could be seen as you're not focusing on, but also it can fucking help as long as you have time. Like the question in the. Well, I'm doing a lot of fucking circle backs here.
Yeah,
that question.
this is good though.
Question,
This is good.
You gotta make time.
So this is fate.
It's fate. So
Who said that question?
I'm saying someone that said before, how do I make time for myself personal? Whatever way you feel like success is, you know what I mean? I feel like you got to make that time for yourself. Man, that's circle back. That's circle back. That's
how we end it.
That's the perfect way to end it, man.
That was great. Who said that question?
I don't know. It's anonymous.
Bro,
Yeah, good.
well done.
That they knew it was going to circle back, and
Wow.
that just happened, man.
No, you're
But
right though.
I feel like I don't even remember. It's like I'm so surprised that it circled back. I forget what.
How you circled back?
Yeah, I'm like trying.
What?
What were you fucking saying? It made sense for a split second, and you lost me.
It did,
You've lost me now.
I know. I've lost myself, to be honest. And that's how we end.
We don't even know what the fuck we're talking about.
No.
All right.
But no. But I was saying Elon Musk. He's got that drive about him, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And we're lucky to have people out there like that.
Yeah.
But I don't have that same outlook of life as you. I'm more of a DZ type. I want to just stay in my lane. But I have fun doing my own thing, whatever my version of success is or yours. I'm just happy to see there's people out there that doctors, fucking people, nurses, like fucking all this
yeah,
shit. And then you got Elon Musk. Hey, bro, air taxis. They're dropping soon.
Yeah.
Oh, hectic. We get
Yeah.
to just be along for the ride. You know?
Yeah. 100%. I like that.
You know what? I almost hit an iceberg there, and it actually scraped. The side of the ship scraped on the iceberg, and now we're on the ocean, the open
Fucking
sea.
starboard. Nah, that was great, man. I love it.
Fucking
it. We'll call it there, guys. As always, thank you.
Episode fucking what? What's it?
This is 163.
This is 163.
163,
Joey
man.
K, end us out, mate. You done great. Almost lost steering of the ship there for a second.
Yeah, man.
End us out. Say something to the people.
honk honk.
Catch you on the next one.